Doesn't the Google Hangouts have a phone number that you can call?
I don't want to deal with that shit. We're live,
They
1640
can see it. Oh
PWPR,
god,
whatever. No, maybe not 1640.
we're on 1640 for fuck's
We're
sake.
not allowed to be associated with 1640.
Why?
Not doing this.
Why?
Because you're not allowed to piss in the pool, remember?
Well, I was gonna say something nice, so I'm not
Well,
allowed to say something
what are you
nice
going to say
either.
nice? Go ahead and say something nice.
So, you might have to help me here because I'm not entirely sure what the program was called. The guy with the what the hell is his show called? Son of
Blading?
a
Blading for
bitch.
truth?
That is the guy. I
Jeff
like that.
Edwards, dude, he's awesome.
I like that guy.
Me and him have been doing blading for Surge every couple of nights. We actually did 3 hours worth of radio last night.
Sorry.
It was beautiful, beautiful stuff, man. Where basically mine and his gimmick, the way he wanted to do it, because I told him I was like, dude, you're gonna lead this episode. You're gonna go ahead and it's your show tonight,
A
you know.
leader? What the
And
hell?
and I told him I was like, it's your show, and he goes. I was like, it's your show just as much as it is mine, so don't let me take control. I was like, I want you to take control. I want you to feed in the topics. I want you to be the host, you know? And the way he wanted to do it was he set him up. I knocked him down because he likes the way I rant about shit, apparently. So,
Oh, well,
so this
well,
new this new WWE video game is coming out, Rickster. I know you
well, I
don't
was
play
gonna
the
say
video
something.
game.
You didn't let me say anything nice about
Well,
that
go
game.
ahead and say something nice. Please make it
No,
nice
because
too.
nobody's gonna listen to it.
Yeah, they will.
All right. Well, I thought he was good. He could
Sounds
just
good.
add some dick and fart jokes, and he'd be a
Nah,
legend.
man. Nah,
No,
man.
no, he was good.
He
I
was
enjoyed
good,
that.
dude. His I wish I had the equipment that he has a music background. Jeff does. So he used to play in
Why?
bands and stuff like that.
He
I
doesn't. Oh, I thought
I
you said.
wish
I thought you said. I didn't hear any music behind. Oh, I thought you said you had music behind you guys. I'm like, I
no,
didn't
no,
hear
no, no,
that.
no, no, no. He has a music background. That's how come he has all the nice sound equipment.
And
He has better shit than I do, and everybody thinks that I sound on par with everybody else. It's like I use a $30 Walmart headset. It's just that I have a good sound card in the computer, probably.
yeah, I'm not going technical tonight,
I
but
know. I mean, I need to. I'm
there
gonna
are
upgrade.
people on the network that have really nice stuff that use Takshu. It's kind of a waste, but I know what you mean. They're
Jeff
doing good.
doesn't. Jeff is smart. Jeff uploads his own shit to his own Spreaker channel, and then downloads. And Pat downloads the MP3 from that.
I like that guy.
So, and I ran my the Jeff or the Nate Stein, Phil Stamper, whatever you want to call him, interview that's up on the YouTube page
Yeah.
right now that I sent to all the dirt sheets that nobody posted.
Did he buy OVW too?
He no, he didn't buy OVW. Who did buy OVW?
Oh, I thought it
Is
might be.
that real or is that gimmicked?
No, that's legit.
It
And
is.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
dude, I guarantee you. What you want to bet me?
supposed to be tomorrow.
I thought it was tonight.
They usually. I
What you
don't
want
know.
to
It was
bet? What you want to bet me?
always
It's Ian
Thursday.
Rotten.
It's me.
It's
It's
you.
Ian Rutten. Isn't Ian Rutten like in the? Oh, that's Axel Rutten. One of them's in the hospital begging for money. Hello?
Really,
Yeah,
really.
I think it's Axel. Axel broke his back or something, and he's been begging for money for like 6 months. Yeah, bummer. Don't you read the dirt sheets, White? What
I
kind of
do,
radio
but
host are
I
you?
don't read the ones about Axel fucking Rotten. You know.
It's all over Facebook. Every day he's putting a video out from his wheelchair begging for pennies.
Why don't he just start a Kickstarter? Oh,
He
nobody's gonna help.
did,
Nobody's gonna do it.
but nobody. I think he raised like $800, and he's got like $150,000 in doctor
Oh
bills.
my god.
He's
What
been
are
in the
they not
hospital.
letting him out of the hospital
He's
until it?
been in the well, it's like a rehab center. It's like in an old folks home, but he's like rehabbing a broken back or something, and he can't work, and he's got no money to pay the bills, and it's a tough life when you're an American, and if you get sick or hurt, you're gonna be pretty much broke for the rest of your life if you don't have insurance. If you pay your bills. David Ortiz. So what's been going on? Anything? They're still open over there at SD Sizzle.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, good.
Um,
My one of my friends got put on Borsellino's team.
really.
I like Boers, but it's just for him. It's a kick of the balls because Boers used to be on his team back in the day, and now Boers is a soup. So anyway, sorry.
Give me one moment. I'm trying to find out when they're gonna announce the owner of that.
I want to know. Let me get my iPad out.
According to this website, www.jackoffwrestling.com,
JackoffWrestling.com, you say?
it's upcoming. That just shows about. That just basically shows
We used
his
to use
blog.
like no DQ WWF WCW.com. Now we use jackoffwrestling.com. We've definitely lowered our standards in our old age here. Jackoff Wrestling. Is that a real website?
Mm-hmm.
So that like that kayfabe whatever site that's hilarious if it's a
July
story.
8th. So that
That's
was
tomorrow.
tonight. It's tonight.
Well, why don't you call somebody? Just give me Google. 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 Google.
Who is the new owner of OVW? Can anybody? Oh Lord! Update on Jeff Jarrett working with Toby Keith.
Uh, no more money for him.
Regarding speculation of Jeff Jarrett working with Toby Keith, Keith has told Jarrett that he would be involved with financing GFW, but only if Jarrett can accomplish a certain thing. We don't know exactly what that is, but it's
It's
probably
TV,
like
you know
it's
me.
yeah, it's a TV deal. It's likely
Hello.
likely a TV deal.
It also say on their website.
No, it's not gonna. I mean, I don't altercation between tough enough competitors.
Yeah, apparently people are quitting the show. And,
Yeah, I haven't watched a minute of it. Have you?
no, doesn't doesn't intrigue me in the slightest. Not the, I haven't even watched. Well, I watched like one match from that Beast in the East.
Dude, that was that whole show was good.
Well,
You
it
got to
was
watch
just
that.
as we always argue about White laid out incorrectly, but
Yeah, I mean,
just put the two guys that are fighting for the belt on the top of the
but when
card.
you look at the
Even though it was a Japanese crowd, so it's not
but the
like they
thing
still
is
like.
that when you looked at that Japanese crowd, there was a ton of Cena shirts in the crowd. They
Everybody
wanted to
likes
see
John
Cena.
Cena White. Hello, but it doesn't matter. It was the equivalent of a house show with the NXT title on it, and if they're gonna do a title change and they're gonna try to make this new guy, they should have just put him right on the top of it. Is that wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. What I have my I'm on the fence about them switching over the ring aprons to NXT too.
Oh, they do that
Yeah, they switched during that one Balor versus Owens match. They switched the ring aprons to say NXT on them,
just to make sure you knew that
just to make
NXT
sure
is
you
better than
knew.
WWE.
Well, that and just to make sure you knew that these are the developmental guys.
So they put on the best match of the night.
They did, and another thing that I found funny, and I talked about this with Jeff Edwards, was that WWE didn't produce that show.
Oh,
J
who?
Sports shot that show. J Sports did all the graphics for that show. J Sports did everything.
It's not brain surgery.
Kevin Dunn had no. Well, the thing is that Kevin Dunn had no finger on it whatsoever. It amazes me to think what Kevin Dunn would say if he saw streamers being thrown in his ring. Oh my God!
Oh, that was fine. I mean, come on. It looked exactly the same. No
No, it
production.
didn't. No, it didn't.
Oh, it did.
It did not look anything like a WWE Raw.
It's not a Raw.
It wasn't lit like a normal WWE, show. It wasn't lit. Even the
It was a
NXT
house show.
shows, even the NXT takeovers.
It was a house show. White.
You going to
House show.
Barclays
White.
Center for that?
Fuck no. You want me to go to Barclays Center and see the place half full?
Five. Well, they're only going to set it up for 5,000.
Oh,
They're going to only use half the arena, kind of like what they do with concerts and stuff like that.
I might not even get that many.
Really, you don't think? Dude, I think they have potential to sell the place out for NXT.
Depends on what they charge.
And they're going up against Ring of Honor that night too, directly up against Ring of Honor.
I would go see Ring of Honor.
I don't know about that, honestly. In this day and age, with the product that NXT has been and everything,
I would go see Ring of Honor in a minute.
they got what did Ring of Honor announce? Me and oh man,
Is that Father's James Mitchell posting that about Dixie Carter? I like that.
yes, Mitchell
I
tries
love
to.
that guy.
I love James Mitchell. He posted another a photo the other day of a sinking ship tethered to like a dock or something like that, and coming down the rope was like three rats holding suitcases, and he goes. Meanwhile, back in the other wrestling company or something, this is the state of pro wrestling today. It's like the rats leaving the ship. Um,
Whatever it is.
what they have in at Field of Honor They got Red Dragon going up against Lethal and Nakamura.
That's good. What
It is
else?
good. It is good. I don't think they have a whole card here. Previously, well, Briscoes versus the Time Splitters, which is Shelly and Kushida.
Another good one.
IWG. Oh my lord, dude. Oh, I don't know. I have
You
to
were
go with.
changing your mind, are you?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Ring of Honor here on this one. When you
It's
got,
almost impossible to get a ticket to Ring of Honor in New York because they run at such a small place now anyway.
well, they're running a baseball field here.
Oh, they're running a baseball. All right.
Yeah, they're
Oh, that's right. They're doing
running
the MCU, right?
MCU Park. Yeah, which is right on the beach, right on Coney, isn't it? Coney Island.
Oh.
IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Well, I butchered the first name. Okada versus Roderick Strong.
Your boy ACH is on there.
They have the GHC Heavyweight Tag Team Champ. What is GHC?
It's Japan.
It's not IWGP though.
I don't know, White. Do you think I hang out in Japan to amuse you to find out what all
You
these
need to
belts
go
are
out of your way.
called?
You need to go out of your way to watch that Dominion show though. Woof.
I don't have time for
The
that.
Killer Elite Squad, which is Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer versus War Machine, Hanson and Rowe. There's two guys. Oh my lord. I would
See?
love to see Hanson and Rowe versus the Ascension.
Why don't we just go to New York? I got friggin' all like 85 nights at the Holiday Inn after this day.
Yeah, and Ginsburg will hook us up free, won't he?
I'll pay. I mean, I've got so many free nights right now. It's not even funny.
They got RPG Vice, Romero, and Beretta. They impressed me. Matt Seidel's appearing. Moose.
I'll be appearing.
Donovan Dijak with Truth Martini. One guy I'm not seeing anywhere. Oh, yeah, there he is. Dalton Castle with the boys. My boys.
Yeah, he's fighting AHC.
ACH.
ACH.
Dude, what do you think of Dalton Castle?
I don't know what to make of him. I've seen him on TV. I don't think he's that good yet, but he has possibilities of being good.
Here's the gimmick though. Here's the rub for me
Okay.
is that Donovan Dijak wins the top prospect tournament and
Donovan
gets
who?
Donovan Dijak,
Oh, yes.
and he got put with Truth Martini in the House of Truth and really hasn't done shit. Okay.
Truth Martini is still around?
Yep. And
I'm
then,
going to have to catch up. I'm behind a few weeks. I
But-
think the last one I saw was the Bullet Club and the Kingdom
that was good too.
with the Ref Red shoes. That's, I think, the last one I saw. It's been a while.
But Dalton Castle, man, he's more featured on Ring of Honor every week than the winner of the top prospect tournament.
I want to know who makes those decisions because the problem with Ring of Honor is their stuff doesn't translate well to TV for whatever reason, and I don't know why.
I think it well,
Ooh.
I kind of agree with you with that because they don't have any continuity, and I've spoken on 1640 about this here in the
Oh,
past about the fact that 3 weeks in a row after the pay-per-view you air matches that took place before the pay-per-view and you don't have your world champion on there.
But you keep mentioning this station that I'm not allowed to be on. I was being nice.
You were being nice, so that's why I mentioned it. You're being nice.
So am I getting posted on there? Probably not.
Probably not. This ain't a New Surge Live episode. It's a Joe and Rick episode.
Why isn't it a New Surge Live episode?
Could be.
I'm not even allowed on New Surge Live anymore?
Yeah, you are. You own the domain name. It's going on. It'll go on the website.
All right. Banned again. I'm playing nice, and now I'm banned.
You're not banned. I didn't say you were banned.
Fuck them all. Fuck them all.
Oh man.
That one guy's good. What else I got over there? Ken Reedy's good too.
Ken Reedy's good.
I just don't like the recapping of Raw and all that crap, but I mean,
They got rid of that guy that he should not be named.
I know. And I'm the one who took the fucking grenade on that one too. Right?
Yeah.
Because I said he was the shits, and then Pat
Well, I mean-
rolled the bus over me a couple hundred times, and
Well, here's the thing about that, man. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about it.
Respond, and I was a mime, and
I'm going to talk about it here.
all right. I want to know.
Pat message. What he does is he went on there and plugged New Surge Live on his Facebook page. Okay.
Who did?
This dude, the Ferrara guy.
Oh,
Okay.
we're not talking names.
No, Slappy McBip. Okay.
All right.
Slappy goes
Stickle.
on there and
Stickle.
yeah, him too. He went on there and posted something about New Surge Live just as a dig at me. Wasn't trying to promote me. He was doing it as a dig. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat was like, "Fuck you, I've had enough. Just apologize."
Well, we let it
And he
go.
told him, "We let it go, okay?" But Pat told, and this was after we let it go, after the fact. This is a good 2 days after,
I didn't even respond to Pat's little tirade.
Well, that tirade that we did, that I couldn't air because you weren't, the audio was bad. I turned around and did a one of my own without you, and that I could
That
honestly
was a
say
little
was all
nicer.
me. No, it wasn't that nice.
Did you point by point Pat's accusations?
Yeah,
They were all true, but
but the thing about that is that I mean I guess you could call this the Joe White Show behind the scenes episode. But
wait,
anyway,
the Joe White show?
yeah, the Joe and Rick behind the scenes,
No,
whatever.
I knew it. I knew it. You were gonna fall into Pat's little
Oh man,
crevice
you
and
know what
do
I
the
mean,
Joe
Rick.
White show.
But anyway, they
All right.
I went and did that tirade, and 2 days later, after the tirade got posted all over Facebook, again, not associated with 1640, I never posted it to the 1640 Spreaker page or
Never
nothing.
mind. 1640 is pretty good. I wish they'd utilize my talents a little more.
But they the guy gets on there and does a whole deal where okay, he leaves the network. Pat tells him in a three-way message with me and him. He goes, either either stop fucking doing your stupid little pot shots. Pretty much is what Pat told him, or leave the network. I didn't even respond the whole time. I'm sitting there just reading. I didn't even respond. And Pat and Ferrara goes, or Skippy, excuse me, Skippy goes,
Skizippy.
Skizippy. He goes, I'm leaving the network anyway. And Pat goes, whatever, thank you for, and he goes, thank you for your services. And he says something to the effect of, well, thank you too. I'm better. I'm going to go off and do my own thing, I think. And Pat calls his ass, and he calls him an asshole, and then deletes his ass. Pat did it.
Hey,
Pat pissed in the pool.
I
Well,
took the grenade, but dude was going. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, and Pat sat there and did his job as station manager and
But
fired the guy pretty much.
I don't know.
So then here's the kicker, and this has nothing to do with
So wait, he
1640.
was okay with him sucking, but because he wouldn't let it go, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
but then the earlier or later that day, this dude takes a cell phone video of himself
Oh yeah, in the bathroom.
sounding like he has a bunch of marbles in his mouth.
He does.
He sounds just as bad on video with clearer, better audio equipment than he does over the telephone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. He's like, hello, I'm Mikey Ferrara.
See, that is one of the things that happens when you move from like the phone to the Skype to the good microphones to even like a smartphone. Everybody can hear how shitty your voice is.
Yeah, he had a face for radio and a voice for, or a voice for the silent library or
And I
whatever.
do apologize because I did mention that one of the people on the networks works at Dunkin' Donuts, and I didn't realize it was another person. So I don't want to. I wasn't like trying to make fun of that person.
Well, if
So
they have a shoot job at Dunkin' Donuts, oh well. Hey,
they're working, and
give me
I'm
some
cool with that.
munchkins. Yeah, give me some munchkins, please. I
No,
would
they're
love.
working.
Dude, you got to find the Krispy Kreme in your area on Friday.
They don't have Krispy Kreme in frickin' Northern Canada.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, they got Tim Hortons. That's even better.
We don't have Timmy's up here either.
They don't got the Timbits? Oh my
I'm
god.
in like the middle of nowhere, dude.
They don't got the
They
Timbits.
do have Dunkins, but
But anyway, they
uh,
Krispy Kreme's running a deal this Friday for their anniversary. Like you buy a thing of donut, a dozen glazed donuts, you get another glazed set of glazed donuts for 75 or 78 cents.
mhm.
But anyway,
So how many things of glazed donuts are you gonna
oh,
get
I'm
away?
going to get at least two.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
dude, the
I just,
other
threw,
the
I just
other
threw that one right over the plate and he
dude
whacked it.
whacked it. I mean, I'm going to get two, dude. They're 78 cents.
I thought you were gonna be like, "What are you calling me fat?"
Dude, I know I'm fat. Anyway,
I'll have a donut. Wait, I cannot
dude, I
say that I
got
do
I
not
got a
love a
dozen
glazed donut.
2 weeks ago. I got a dozen donuts from a local pastry shop here in
How many
town.
do you share with the kids?
They
Don't lie.
all got one apiece. I ate
All right.
over the course of the day. I'm not gonna lie. I
So does
had
that
four
leave eight?
donuts.
Eight for you?
I had four donuts over the course of the day, and
Oh,
two got left over for the cat the next
did you
day.
share any with
With little Joe, yeah.
not little Joe?
What with Tammy and the
I was
kids?
gonna say your wife, but Tammy, yeah.
Yeah, of course. She's on a
All right.
diet, so she had like one donut, and that was it.
I think I'm gonna get that rubber band around the gimmick myself.
But they anyway, he creates this YouTube video going, I don't even know this guy. This is how he sounds, folks.
He's
I
retarded. Is there
he's
a way to find that video? I just never mind.
I'll find it.
No, no, we're not gonna do that. I don't have time for that, White. I was over him when it was over. I said my
All right,
piece.
I ain't gonna find it. But he's literally sounding like he's ridden the short bus a couple times. That's all I'll
That's
say.
usually what. What?
Okay. Um. So.
Vermont Jerkfest. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
That's what I don't know if that's like a food thing or a
Or is it a
porn thing
is
or
it a
what.
circle jerk? I mean, what the hell? That's right up your
It's
alley, isn't it?
Caribbean Food Festival. All right,
Oh,
I'm
jerk
sorry.
chicken. Okay. Gotcha.
Apparently,
But
it's a big
anyway,
ad on the
he goes
website.
on there and goes, "My radio quality was good. I talk a lot, I know, but this Rick guy's bashing me, and I don't even
Oh,
know who he is."
I know. That's the point.
Okay? So then he posts the video to my Facebook page, which I promptly deleted because I watched 2 minutes of it and skimmed through it and turned it off. Okay?
How many minutes was this
This
video?
damn thing had been at least 10 minutes long.
Oh,
Of just
God.
him, I don't know why everybody bashing me.
Take a bit too far. I mean, just give it 2 minutes. You don't need to give it 10 minutes. Nobody wants to hear that.
This is my tough enough video. No.
Not that it's like not even posted for people to listen to, but you, right?
Right. I mean, well, no, he posted it on YouTube.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody's going to want to listen to. That's why we stopped with it because you could maybe do it once or whatever, and then
That's
you
it. The
know
thrill is gone.
nobody's going to listen to it. It's for that person, and then you're just wasting your air.
I mean, at least with me and Jeff, and now here me and you with this, there's some structure, okay?
I want structure.
I like structure.
I didn't even throw any dick and fart jokes in.
Well,
I got to
don't.
talk with Jeff, get him to throw some dick and fart jokes in.
Jeff Edwards is awesome, dude. Okay, Jeff
Dick
Edwards has a
in
future in
your
the
mouth.
podcasting business.
Well, let's talk about that, White, because I heard this cocksucker PewDiePie
Oh
making
my
like
god,
$7 million or some shit.
PewDiePie. But let me finish the rest of this video,
Oh,
okay? Let me finish the rest of my story on this. So he goes on there talking like this, Rick, with that New
well,
York accent.
even worse.
I got marbles in my mouth. I'm going to go have pizza. Anyway, so he sends it to my Facebook page, which I deleted. He sends it to me in a private message, okay, after I had already defriended this guy 2 weeks ago, then which I blocked him. So he's now blocked and unfriended, and his
Oh
little
no.
videos deleted from my timeline, okay? Then he proceeds to tweet me the video. So I had to go block him on Twitter as well. Plus, I blocked him on YouTube because he started rambling comments on my YouTube videos.
This guy's a weirdo. Sounds like he's got too much time on his hands.
Exactly, and I'm
I
just
should get
like, finally, I ended up having to block him on all social media
you are now
platforms that I
blocked.
go to.
You are now blocked.
And you know what? 1640 PWPR, we're kicking ass and taking names right now. We may not be up there with the big shots and may not have,
Who's a big shot? They all retired.
Steve Austin seems like, man, you don't want to piss him
Steve
off.
Austin's running fucking Roddy Piper out of business.
Yeah. Do you think there's any
Podcast.
validity to that? He
No, I
lost
think
the Legends deal
I don't
and the
know.
podcast?
I don't know like what the circumstances of it, but I think Roddy just didn't want to do it anymore.
I got to go with Austin on this. I really do.
I don't even know what was said on it. I
Well,
just think it
basically, what
was.
happened was they aired a podcast, Roddy did, okay, with his guest being Will Sasso.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, but when's the fucking last time you heard Will Sasso mentioned in anything?
Well,
Mad TV.
Sasso's a comedian. He's
Yeah,
pretty
but
big time.
he's not that
I know,
big time, dude. He ain't been in no movies here lately. He ain't doing no
listen,
stand-up shit.
fuckhead. He's
What is
making a
he?
living on the road, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Yeah, he's not on Mad
I
TV
can't remember
anymore.
the last time I heard his name prior to this.
Holy shit.
I knew who he was just because of Mad TV. Okay, so anyway, Will Sasso is on Piper's podcast, which apparently, according to Austin, was recorded about a week after WrestleMania 31.
So that's kind of the
So,
idea of a podcast, Steve Austin there.
yeah, but
But
you
go
kind
ahead.
of want to be more concurrent. Everybody thinks that this interview just took place, and no,
Just
it's
happened
months
minutes
old.
ago, live. See, we
Okay,
used to do live radio. See, that's what they should do.
so
But they don't have the balls because I like to edit the hell out of their crap.
yeah, So anyway, Piper was sitting there asking Sasso to do his Stone Cold Steve Austin character, his impression, which he does a damn good one. And Piper starts asking Stone Cold, why did you no show WrestleMania 31? Why have you quit so many times? And I guess this pissed Austin off. And the rumor is that Austin went to the head of the network and was like, fuck him, get him off of here. Which Austin says that wasn't the case. I believe Austin on this one.
Eh,
Because
I
if
think that Roddy didn't want to do it anymore.
yeah, I think Roddy
That's
just
what
didn't
my
want to do
thought
it
is.
anymore. I think he had a podcast in the can that he knew he could use to fuel him. Instead of bowing out, he was like, "Okay, I'm going to run the gimmick where they're going to fire me because I'm not a quitter."
I've got a lot of podcasts on here.
So,
Sorry.
but what befuddles me about this, and again, talking about this with Jeff last night, was that Austin has done shit on Mad TV with Sasso before. Sasso has impersonated the Stone Cold thing on Mad TV in skits with
Nuts,
Austin.
Richie. Sorry. I know. That's why I don't think there's anything going on there. I just think that
And I
Roddy.
don't know why. I don't think there's any heat between Piper and Austin for
I think
real.
that whatever deal with podcast wanted Roddy had come to an end, and he wanted something to say that he got pushed out.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't want to renew, maybe.
The big podcast with Shaq. Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Shaq,
Brian Gerwertz has given his notice to W. I thought he had been gone.
Brian, what?
Brian Gerwertz.
I thought he was writing for Ring of Honor.
I thought he was gone a long time ago.
Oh, oh. Maybe I'm so confused.
I know that
I thought he was working for Ring of Honor for a while.
they brung him in whenever The Rock needed, because he
Like
writes for The Rock.
should have like a job every year at about WrestleMania time.
Yeah. And then this says Brian Gewirtz gave notice to WWE a couple weeks back and said his goodbyes at the June 29th Raw taping in Washington. Brian had been with the company for around 15 years and was a writer for the show, and for years was the head writer for Raw. He had remained with the creative team until October 2012 when Eric Pranowski, who was the head of creative at the time, sent him home. Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I thought he went and worked for Ring of Honor. I didn't know he was still there. I thought
While
he
at
went.
home, he remained under contract as a consultant, sometimes being sent scripts, and was also a consultant to the network. The only time he was ever around on weeks was when The Rock was on television, because The Rock liked Brian Gewirtz to write his shit for him. Gewirtz left
Uh,
WWE for an executive role in Seven Bucks Entertainment, which is Johnson and ex-wife Danny Garcia's production. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's their production company.
$7 entertainment. That's what we should charge. $7. Wow. I thought I could be wrong. I thought that he was with Ring of Honor or one of them.
Maven is returning to the ring.
Maven.
He's returning to the ring for Create a Pro in Hicksville, New York. Oh my God, there's a Hicksville, New York.
Hicksville. I thought that's where you lived.
No, it's CAP is actually owned by Kurt Hawkins,
Oh.
who's been making a lot of stir here lately, doing shoot interviews and shit. I actually just watched a High Spots put out a thing called Developmentally Speaking. It's him hosting it with Colt Cabana, Ciampa, and I think it's Tommaso Ciampa, and Cassius Ono, Chris Hero.
I don't understand the idea of even making a tape about these indie guys that only a handful of people
Well,
actually
they
know.
were talking about their time in developmental.
So
It's not aimed toward the casual fan anyway.
yeah, but what's the point of putting in huge production costs? I mean, you got to pay those guys. You're talking at least a couple thousand, which means you're going to have to sell a couple thousand DVDs. And I mean, I don't know. It's not my business, I guess, but I never thought shoot interviews unless they were with somebody who was really, really famous or even worth the trouble. I mean, they're dirt cheap to produce, but I don't know. So you were from a different world, White.
At one point, a couple of people from the female guys,
Oh yeah,
females from the X division or
female
NXT
guy,
division,
female
X
guy,
division. I'm getting, oh man,
man bun.
they were gonna bring up Charlotte this past week's Raw,
Yeah,
but
they were.
those plans were changed. This isn't the first time women have been called up.
Oh, bummer. What about Cesaro? Is he getting his push yet?
Yep, the rumor is that H is actually Vince was glued to the monitor this past week, from what I heard.
He fought Cena again.
Yep, good match too, real good match.
It's funny. Are they gonna let him beat Cena?
I think
No.
honestly, I think that after I don't think he didn't beat Cena, but I honestly think that the next step for him after Owens wins that U.S. title is to have a match with Cesaro.
What makes you think that Owens is gonna win the U.S. title?
You don't think he's going to?
No.
It sucks
Have
for
you ever
Owens.
seen John Cena put over somebody in a title match that wasn't an equal to him?
True. Maybe
I
it's
don't
time.
believe it.
Maybe it's time though. He's putting over Cesaro, and you know the casual fans or the John Cena mark is sitting there thinking that he's putting people over. It's not putting people over if he's not going to put them over in the title match when it means something. You're absolutely right.
Not putting anybody over.
Not that the title means anything, but
Of course it does. Who's the world? Oh, Seth Rollins. I want to see how he weasels out of the Brock Lesnar beating he's gonna get, and he will. I just don't know how. He's going to retain, but how is he going to retain is the question.
I think that with. Do you think they have him? Do you think they have Joe come in and interfere?
No, I don't even think Joe exists to them.
He was on NXT tonight.
Yeah,
Are you talking about main roster wise?
yeah. I don't think I think he's just kind of there for the like in a few months when they put that on the road full time. They'll have three good full rosters touring, and they got to get NXT on national TV is what they need to do. I don't know what the hell they're
The
doing with
moment
it.
the moment they do that, man, is the moment that Vince gets his hand on it and ruins it, though.
Nah, like Triple H. Vince is blind, remember? All these people. Vince is blind and old.
Well, remember
Okay.
there was reports a couple months ago when he came to the ring for something they had to use the air traffic control gimmicks to guide him to and from the ring and help him out of the ring and shit.
Maybe he was blind, what? He's like 68 years old, isn't he? He could be blind. Steroids could have got him. Could have made his eyeballs too big and now he can't see. But I don't believe that
He's
he's blind.
69 years old. He'll be turning 70 in August.
Mm. He's gonna die soon, White. It's coming. I've been saying that for a couple years now. Guy who's done that many steroids and
All right,
he's lived
he's almost
entire
70. Linda's
rough.
only 4 years behind him, or
Well,
3 years.
he's gonna die, White. It's coming. And I think the person who takes over the company is not even with the company right now. And
Who's
like,
Shane?
yeah, Shane's coming back. Here comes the money. Or do you think they sent him away? It's not a coincidence. I think we talked about that one time.
Yeah.
They sent his ass away to learn how to be a CEO, so when Vinny kicks the bucket, he can come back and save the day. But that may cause some strife with his sister and brother-in-law. But they've been talking for a while, I guess. I was reading in the advertising age that they've been talking with a couple of people about buying it. So maybe somebody will buy the WWE.
I honestly think here's what's going to happen, and we discussed this before. I do
We've
think we
never
have.
talked about that.
Here's what's going to happen, and people fail to, and I know I've talked about it before. Linda's gonna get the company because she's still gonna be alive. Okay. Linda doesn't know. She knows how to be a CEO and run the business aspirations of the company,
Buy it.
but she does not know how to book wrestling. Okay.
Don't
So,
sell it.
but who does that leave then? You're gonna have. Okay. She's gonna be like, okay, I'll be the CEO, but Stephanie, you're now the figurehead of the company. Okay. And
Turn her
Stephanie,
over the ghost of Dusty Rhodes.
Jesus, Rick, really?
Sorry. That was a
That
little
was.
too soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so Stephanie, who has Stephanie learned from for the last 15 years? Her dad.
Ooh, sorry.
So we're gonna get more of the same shit from Stephanie, And if you really think
Oh,
she's going to listen to Hunter, we all know who wears the
solid,
pants in that.
solid, solid,
So when
solid.
Vince dies, we're going to get more of the same, and Stephanie's going to
Oh,
keep looking at her mom. Linda's going to look at her and go, the ratings dropped again. I have the numbers. The ratings dropped. Oh, mom, it's fine. We're the king. We're the king. They can. Who cares about the numbers? Do you really think they're caring about numbers up there?
I don't know.
As long as there's at least 3 million or 2.5 million watching the product every week and the live event business still stays the same, they don't care.
They could always hire the ghost of Sheldon Goldberg's hyena.
Sheldon's still around.
I know. I didn't say he was dead. I said his hyena.
I don't know who the
Sheldon
hyena
has
was.
Sheldon has been known to go hyena hunting in the mountains.
Really?
No, that was just a rib I used to. Every time I had him on my old show, I'd make up some ridiculous thing that he was doing. I'd be like, fresh back from his hyena hunt in the Himalayas, Sheldon Goldberg.
Dude, that documentary came on again last week. I DVR'd it.
I think we need to make a new one. I could use some of that PewDiePie money.
For those who don't know, PewDiePie is a guy who does video gaming videos on YouTube and
Dude,
has 7 million subscribers.
no, $7 million is what he
7
made.
million? No,
He's
he's
got
got
like
7
three.
million
He's got
subscribers.
like 300 million
Or 300
subscribers.
million subscribers,
Yeah.
making $7 million a year.
White, how do we get a piece of that pie, buddy?
What, PewDiePie?
Not the PewDiePie, but the YouTube pie, buddy.
We're trying.
I mean, we've been around longer than that guy. I mean, I would even take like
Do you know
70,000
what
for
he did? Do you know
7 million.
where he came from? He quit college and was running a hot dog stand while
Oh,
making videos.
Uncle Joe's hot dog stand sounds good to
Uncle
me.
Rick's Frozen Custards right next door.
Perfect. God, I know the people of Danburyville. What is it? Danville? Is it Danville? I don't
Danville,
even.
yeah.
The people of Danville could use a good hot dog and some custard and a food truck.
And the food
A
truck.
couple of fat guys in it.
Two fat guys and a food truck. There's a show for you.
There is a truck in Boston that serves just bacon.
Wow, really?
Very sweet. Yeah, man. You gotta drive a bacon truck, what?
The bacon truck.
The
What
bacon
did you get
fucking
the
wagon.
did you get the cup of bacon at that diner?
No, I didn't do that. You're not insane.
Oh
I
my
was
god, Ric Flair wearing a yellow suit looking like Big Bird. An old Big Bird.
so there's been some football players that have injured themselves severely with fireworks this week.
Oh god, yeah, the one that put him on his head and then wonders why he got his head blown off.
Oh, that was a Disney writer, so
And his jaw
um,
fell off.
yeah, blew his head off. If you put a firework on your head and your head blows off, that's on you, buddy. Just saying. Like the football player Jason Pierre-Paul, they call it JPP, blew his hand off. So I guess his career is kind of over, huh? I guess you could play football with one hand. A one-handed running back or something. Anyway, wait. When are you moving up the corporate ladder, White? Never?
What corporate? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever make even fuller support, let alone moving up a couple corporate ladder. Been
Have
back
you,
to back freaking calls the last few days. I know that much.
have you even asked, White? I don't even believe you, buddy.
I have asked.
You've been there almost a damn year.
I've asked, and it's like, okay, whatever. Well, dude, when my audits get 50s,
What?
yeah,
You don't even have 50s on your audits, dude?
I do.
Well, what's the problem?
The quality percentage is at 62 or 65.
I don't understand.
Everything's
Oh,
good, but the quality percentage. If you look at my scorecard right
oh.
now, my quality's at like 52.
Is it still the little thing that I made?
Yeah, they're wanting everybody to follow that, but here's the rub. There was a auditor. I'm not going to say the name of the auditor.
Say
Okay,
it. Is it Chinese? American?
I will. I won't
Indian?
even type it for you because I know you'll say it live on the
Well,
air,
how
and
do
I
you
don't
know
want
the name?
to.
Because
Because it said his name, and
I thought
they
they were
said
always a
his name on
number.
there. No, this guy they said it said his name.
Oh, they usually
Okay.
had. See, they usually had a number, and I always got the same guy every week, and he would copy and paste the same thing every week. So he clearly wasn't doing his job.
Well, this guy was doing his job a little bit too much because I would be getting like 20s and 30s on audits, and so would six or seven other people on the team.
Is it Marcus?
No, I'll tell you off air.
Oh,
Okay.
my friend Marcus became an auditor, and he all of a sudden became a dickhead when he became an auditor. That was weird.
And then, but anyway, this guy apparently has ran ruckshot all over the entire, tenant. Okay,
So
so
why
so
why
when
isn't
everybody
something being
start,
done?
well, the thing is, a lot of people did complain about him, and a lot of his audits did get turned around and flipped, and a lot of his shit, and I guess they told his ass to calm down. But on the flip side, we're not allowed to know the names of the people who audit us anymore.
Yeah, I always had numbers.
It don't even show up as numbers anymore. We don't know. Name of
That's
auditor is blank. When you go into the little spreadsheet thing where you could click on each individual audit, it just says tenant HNS. I asked the other week, what was the name of the guy who just audited me? Are you disputing the audit? I don't know yet. Tell me the name. Well, the guy's name is not important unless you're disputing the audit,
that's
Joe.
actually true.
But
But
if it's but the thing is though, if it was the one guy that is going around running ruckshot on the company and being a bastard to
did you
everybody,
send me the message with the guy's name?
no, I didn't, because I
Send
don't
it to
want you
my
to say it on the
Facebook.
air.
I won't say it. I swear I won't.
Yeah, you will. Oh well,
No, I
screw it.
probably don't even know who it is. If I know who it
That's what
is,
it said. You know him, don't you?
I do.
And apparently everybody's like, he's a good auditor. They've investigated. I'm like, 50 fucking people in the damn tenant room, and in the Team Fox business unit alone. I got moved back to
he
Team
was.
Fox.
He was.
Anyway,
I'll tell you. I will say his name, but he was a bad mentor, and then he was bad in the SIP program, and because they didn't give him his own team, they made him an auditor.
oh, so he's got an axe to grind anyway.
Yeah, and he's very gay, and that's not like a that's a legit thing. He's
So
got a
what?
boyfriend and everything.
So what happened? He was supposed to be a supervisor, and they didn't.
Yeah, he was in the SIP program, but he was a terrible mentor, and I guess he was even worse as a trainer. And then they decided that they would let him be an auditor because, like half the people in the SIP program that I was in didn't get a team. They just got put on other assignments
Yeah, and
because
this
they
was
felt
before
bad.
that intern program that got announced, right? Because you were on
No,
your you were floor support and going in there before that damn program was
yeah,
announced.
no, but that program wasn't announced until like March something.
Yeah, but you were already on your road to being a supervisor by then, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah, but Shane wasn't. Oh, shit, shit.
His name is Shane.
Oh, but you didn't put his name.
I didn't put his
Oh,
name. I just
whoops.
said his name is Shane. What a shame, Shane.
Oh, that's sorry. That was my mistake.
I'm gonna go in there tomorrow in the tenant room, going, "Hey, is Shane auditing this week?"
Shane Metz. Ooh,
Oh,
shit. But yeah, not one of my favorite guys. That's all I'll say. And what they did was they put the ones that were bad mentors and made them fucking auditors. I don't know why, but they did.
and they don't
Uh,
get paid any more money.
no. Just like all those new so-called supervisors, they don't get paid any more money. Like Borsalino, well, Bors does, but like
Boris was on
Shemp,
the road and all that shit, to becoming one.
like Shemp and Kuhn and Frick, a bunch of others, they don't get paid anymore. I don't even know what
I like
team
my last
tenants.
audit. Okay, here's what kills me. Okay, it does have here. When did this guy become? But it has ticket number, tenant, supervisor. It used to have ticket number, auditor, supervisor,
Yeah, they
tenant.
took that
Okay,
out.
so my last few audits. Okay, I was getting 70s and 80s, low 60s. Okay, whatever. But then it was like 37, 35. Okay,
Yeah,
and those were the two that were, you know,
those guys have to have a
him.
horrible job, but they need to be a little nicer.
Yeah, and but the thing is, they're not told to be nicer. They're told to be strict, so they can't be but so forgiving. I get it, but you don't sit there and put a witch hunt out on half the damn tenant either.
What are they failing you for? ITGs?
No, not giving ticket numbers and shit when you can clearly hear that the customer does not want it.
Yeah, but if you run the proper ITG, you should get at least 40 points minimum anyway, or at least 20 some points. That means you missed almost everything else.
I'll go with what this guy said. Okay.
Uh,
I didn't reflect the issue properly. I didn't relate and empathize. I didn't take ownership
this
of
is
the call.
see, this is why, folks, if you are listening at home, why customer service at all call centers suck, because this is the type of shit that they're all dealing with.
Okay, and he didn't. Okay, this guy says I didn't resolve the issue. I didn't take steps to resolve the issue on this particular call.
Well, what the
Okay.
fuck were you doing, White?
Well, I mean, here exactly.
I was trying, just because it didn't turn out right. So what happened on that particular call, without giving away where you work?
I was trying to change the password and everything on his, and he says excessive hold time. Okay, if I tell a customer I'm going to put you on hold for 1 to 5 minutes, why should I have to check back in every 2 minutes? I've already told
That's the
you.
rules, homie.
You know,
That is the rules, homie. That is the rules.
like I got one the other day. The guy had an SB or the one that I just got the 53% on. Okay, and people are going to be like, Joe sucks at his job. No, I don't. I don't. If the customer gets his problem solved and gets the answers and actually buys it, I don't think that's failing.
See, folks, if you ever call like customer service somewhere and it sounds like someone's a friggin' robot and reading off a script, this is the reason why. Is because their job is negatively affected if they don't read said script word for word, basically. So, and there's really no incentive to actually fix your issue, you know. But
Okay, he gave me a result. He gave me a below expectations on a resolve/address issue. Okay,
okay,
I
what?
addressed the issue in saying I'm sorry that you don't have internet connectivity. Okay, with your stupid USB Wi-Fi gimmick. Okay, but then he goes, excellent job giving the customer the information to fix his issue. Remember to capture the email. Serves as a reminder to send. Okay, I sent the dude the CFI first of all. I said, you could recommend the YouTube channel
Didn't
now.
capture the email. Did you
They
update the email in the gimmick that
they
I'm not
didn't
allowed to
have one.
mention?
I sent it to the Comcast email address.
What did you ask?
But he's telling me email serves as a reminder to send the CFI. Well, I sent him the CFI because I told him because we can now use the YouTube channel as a CFI. We could tell them be sure to check out youtube.com/whatever for
Oh, I
self-help and
like that.
tutorial videos.
I like that. Yes.
Okay, which doesn't help them if they can't get on the internet by the end of the call.
Maybe that's why you failed.
It
Check
doesn't
out our
know.
YouTube page when your internet comes back on.
Well, I mean, well, I
Asshole.
told the guy. Oh, I OEM'd it, okay, because it's a Wi-Fi. It's a Wi-Fi USB stick that came with software. It's a third-party controller. We're not allowed to deal with them. I couldn't remote into the computer to turn it off, and I wasn't about to try to walk this guy through on how to do it. So I OEM'd the damn thing.
White, I'm sorry you have failed because you did not address his issue. So I can't disagree with said man.
I did address the issue.
You said there were solutions that you didn't feel like doing, and you
Well, it's
didn't
not that
do it.
I didn't feel like doing. He wasn't going to be able to hardwire in, okay? And then
Okay. Did
walking
you?
this guy through on trying to do it and do best effort was not going to work.
Well, you didn't even give best effort though.
Like this morning, the lady with the tablet, I sat there for 45 minutes trying to get her on an Asus tablet to pull up her Wi-Fi settings, and she kept pulling up account settings. Okay, and this is like every caller I had today was over the age of 50 and did not know what the fuck
Grandma,
they were
here's your
doing.
tablet.
It literally, this is what she told me. My son set this up for me and just gave it to me. So I literally told her, and I hope they audit the call because I guarantee you I may get fired over this one, Rick. Because I literally told the girl, I says, ma'am, my best effort here on trying to help you navigate to this thing is clearly not working. And she agreed with me. She goes, yeah, it's not. She goes, I don't know a thing about
Call your
this.
son.
So I told her,
Goodbye.
I says, you may want to call your son and have him come back over here. And I says, and when he does come back over,
Slap the shit out of him.
I told him, I says, make sure he sits down with you and shows you how to navigate this thing.
Yes.
Make sure he shows you how to connect to your home network.
God, it smells like a monkey took a shit in here.
It is the Holiday Inn.
It's a nice Holiday Inn too. I know, White. I mean, if you get your grandma a fucking Pro Scan $65 Walmart gimmick, you are an asshole. Thank you. Is that wrong?
No, or at least show Grandma how to work the Pro Scan.
Just put it on the internet for her. That way we don't have to deal with her.
Or just how
She
about
already,
this? Realize that old people don't need to be on the fucking internet if they don't know what they're doing.
have you done any printers lately?
No, actually, I have not been less and less printers. It's been smart TVs
Yeah, it's the
with people,
problem.
smart TVs with people who own Apple products,
Bummer.
which TKIP doesn't work on half
Just
the
open
time.
it right on up. That's what I say. The TKIP works on Apple products, just makes it run like shit.
Okay, and that's what I tell my customers. Well, Comcast should fix. It's not our fault that that the manufacturers use shitty Wi-Fi cards with ancient security modes. Is exactly
Which
what
is
I tell them.
actually stupid of them because in most it's going to limit the network speed to 54, so they're going to lose like half their speed in most cases.
And now we have these new Aris brand wireless gateways
Oh god,
that
yeah,
require it's dual band Aris ones, man, XP3s, okay? And
I know.
they actually require the customer because it's part of the X1 platform. Oh man, I just gave it away. Whatever.
The charter
The Charter
platform.
X1 platform that tells people when it comes up on your computer, it looks like the background of the X1 and it says "Welcome to your X1 platform charter internet." Okay, and it tells
Listen,
them,
dude, you don't work for that company. You work for somebody else. So if they haven't figured out, you're servicing those people. But
yeah, I'm a subcontractor basically.
yes.
So, but anyway, when you remote into the thing or get connected to the network, before you even get on the internet, it says, "Welcome. Set up your SSID and network key."
I love it.
I do. It only does that on the Aris brand, and I'm sitting there going, "Hey, this is cool." It lets, and then I'm thinking about it. And halfway through typing, I'm
Oh,
going, "Never mind. They're still going to call us back in 2 months asking what the fuck the password is
well, it's the
anyway."
password. I could get into your. Oh, you have any connected devices, man? Go 10.0.0.1.
No, we don't even have to do that now with the damn RDS.
Yeah. Oh, it works now. That's right.
Yeah, proxy browser. But anyway.
Proxy browser.
Rizhauser. But nowadays, I love creeping the customers out. Honestly, they get that whole creepy Big Brother vibe when you remote in and you can go, are you using any other routers along with this modem? No. Why is there a Netgear router connected?
Says you are, asshole.
When I see WNG, oh, Netgear, I'm not seeing it
Yeah,
on
they
the
do that
account.
all the time anyway.
Not seeing it on the account. Why
You
is
can
it?
see that. You
You
can
can
see
see
that
that in
the
the
other.
toolkit, yeah.
You can see that the other. Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
half
the
the
other
time the
tool.
toolkit doesn't work.
There's very few people that actually know how to use the
And now
toolkit
we
properly
can't
anymore.
factory reset by pinholing it, but I can do it in the toolkit.
What? You're not allowed to pinhole no more?
Nope. We're not allowed to go in and make channel changes, period, anymore. Everything must be left on automatic.
Well, then, just for, that must be good for your AHT.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying. We can either factory reset. Well, there was a big thing in in our chat room tonight, and people were like, "I don't like the factory reset. It takes too much time." And me and this other guy were sitting there going, "You got slow speeds? Factory reset. You having connectivity issues? Factory reset. You having distance and range issues? Factory reset. Because if the factory reset does not solve your damn problem,
Show is over.
unless it's a security issue, you're done. Go get a new one. I've just had this thing 2 months. Don't matter. It's dead. Go get a new one."
That's what people that never got like
I hate people
prepaid.
that sit there and go, "Oh, well, I just had this thing. I just bought it. I just got this thing from the service center." Don't matter.
That's what people wonder why I have such a low AHT when I work there. It's because I follow things to the letter of the
Well, you
law.
didn't have to run ITGs either.
Of course I did.
No, you didn't. No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
you could get through it. You could get through a channel change. Well, you guys don't do it anymore, but you could get through that in like 12 seconds if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, before this whole if they would stop with the ITGs, which they need to make an ITG that just says wireless gateway department, click, click, ticket number, bam, you're done.
Yeah, I always give
Put what
ticket
you did to
numbers, but
put what you did to solve the issue in the notes.
I would always follow the. So they got rid of it, but there used to be a signal flow where it was literally 3 steps. Check to make sure it's either auto or channel 11. If it's not, do that. Factory reset. And if it doesn't work, show's over.
Okay,
People
but
have so much
here's the
trouble
deal.
with
Now
that.
we have to go into their we have to go into Charter's own program, okay? and follow the same. Okay, here's the thing, people. When you people listening to this, when you dial in and you get transferred to somebody in the Philippines who can't speak English,
The
who's
vendor, by the way,
vendor,
vendor, and that's what
vendor,
Joe works for, is also a vendor. So you might be lucky enough to get somebody like Joe, but in most cases, you will be getting
Ahmed,
Willie in the Philippines.
Willie in the Philippines, if that is his real name. Hello, thank you for calling Cupcast. My name is Willie. How can I help you? Anyway,
Yeah, Willie.
but you get Willie, and Willie has to run through a program because he's tier number one. Okay.
By the way, same program that Joe's going to run through in
Yeah,
Canada too.
exactly, exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. He runs through
Yeah,
a program, and the program tells him to transfer to me.
tier two
Well,
wireless support.
yeah, when he transfers it to me, guess what I got to do? I got to well, now we can ask the if Tier is lucky enough to do a warm transfer, we can ask, "Hey, who's on the line?" Okay? Is that who I'll be talking to? Is the customer fully verified? Okay,
You
send
guys
him
don't
over.
get the screen pizzas yet?
What's that? Oh, we get screen pops, but even when the thing is,
Oh,
if Tier's transferring and we get a screen pop, yeah, I got a screen pop. Can I get the name or the phone number just to verify it's the right one?
all right.
Okay, I see the name here on the. What's the name on the account? All
So
right,
you got to do the whole thing again.
no, not really, because then all I have to ask is such and such fully verified? Okay, send them on through.
I'm fully verified.
And then when the customer comes online, I go right about running the ITG.
I'm fully rickified.
But we used to not have to do that. Now, if a customer calls in and Tier doesn't warm transfer,
Do
even
it
if we get
again.
a screen pop, got to do it again. Yes, people, we have to verify you regardless of how many
That's
times you get given your information over the phone.
that's why you get asked the same question 75 fucking times at
It's the
that company
law.
or any company. It's because we need to believe who you are.
It's the law.
It's the law, bitch. Not the radio show from
I
Canada.
always tell people who complain about it. I'm like, well, I'll call up and tomorrow on my free time and make changes to your account. How about that? No, okay. Well, then give me the info.
I just like it when they refuse. I'm like, well, go fuck yourself. Be
I
on
always
next one.
tell them, well, no, you don't want to give me your info. Why do I got to do this? Well, it's to prevent somebody named Jim Bob from calling up and charging porn to your account. It's what I told a guy one time. He laughed.
Jim Bob. No, I just, when I used to do it and people wouldn't give me the info, I'd ask a second time. If they said no a second time, I'd thank them for calling.
Well, we can't hang up on them anymore either.
Well,
They
that's
made.
horseshit.
Did you hear about that shit?
You can't hang up on them. Horseshit.
Regardless of how much they curse, regardless of how much, ma'am, if you continue to, the policy is now this. It used to be, ma'am, if you continue to curse, I will end the call. Fuck you. Okay, click. Now it's, ma'am, if you continue to curse, I will escalate this to a supervisor, which can take up to 10 minutes for a supervisor to get on the phone. To which, what is a customer going to do? What is a customer? Okay, yeah, let me speak to your supervisor. Okay, fine. Go talk to him. He's going to calm you the hell down after he fights with me about de-escalating it for 15 minutes. He's then going to take the call and then he's going to calm you down. Supervisors can't troubleshoot you. They are just like us, if not less equipped. They're not going to A supervisor can't do shit for you, folks. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do a damn thing for you. They're going to say, "Okay, either I could put you back in the queue to troubleshoot you, and they're going to have to verify your information all over again,
It's
and
funny because there was
and
this
go
one.
through the ITG all over again, or thank you for
I
calling. Have a good day."
Yeah, there was this one. Well, there was two supervisors. One who's in your tenant, I believe, and then another who's in another tenant, who would tell me to do things on people's accounts that they were working with to just, especially if they were on.
If there were supervisors doing this, saying, "Hey, I can't do this, but you can," floor support
Yeah,
do it.
but they would sometimes, if, let's say they were on home phone service,
Mm-hmm.
they would send me a message to send a specific signal to cut them off.
Oh my god.
Hey Rick, can you send an AP tizzle over there? I'd get that all the time, but then I would sometimes they would do the de-escalations and then have me do truck rolls, which would kill me. But it's like, yeah. So I had like one
Well,
day I had like 12 truck rolls, and it's like, oh,
see what
and I
kills me
took
now
three calls the whole
is
day.
that all right? And here's another thing that supervisors can do. Oh man. All right, customers on hold waiting for a supervisor. I'm in a meeting. Give me your contact info. And if you think those supervisors are really calling this customer back, no, I
I
can't
would
say that for sure. But
Is Alan Fay still around?
I don't know. I don't know. Never heard the name.
He's in the mornings. You don't work in the mornings, do you?
No, but
He
here's another.
probably he probably leaves before you do.
So here's another thing that concerns me now is that okay, they had a shift bid. They don't call it
Again?
a shift bid anymore, but they had one last August. Remember? Right
Yeah,
when I
I
got out,
wasn't. Yeah,
right
no,
when
I
I got
wasn't
out of
subject.
training, they
I
they
wasn't
did the whole
subject to it.
sliding. They did the whole sliding shift schedule thing. Okay.
Yeah, but you got the same shift, don't you?
Well, then they did another one in March, 6 months later. August,
Yeah, they're
September,
gonna do
October,
that all the
November,
time now.
February. They did it in February. March,
Yeah.
April, May, June, July, August. So now in August, here it comes at the end of the month. They're going to do another one.
Did they already send that out?
They haven't sent it out yet,
Oh,
but all they have to give is 2 weeks' notice.
yeah, but you guys don't have nearly as many employees as you used to, and they're not hiring. So, but
We do have
yeah,
the employees because they overhired. They still, well, they haven't been offering as much VTO as of late. Like they'll offer VTO, like if I'm scheduled to work, come in at 1, they'll offer the VTO at like 12:30.
well,
And the site that they use for this VTO now, if they offer it, it's like fucking vultures around a dead deer, man. Good luck trying to even get the site to load.
vultures. It's got to be friendly with your command agents, or you're not allowed to talk to them anymore.
They don't do anything. They're going to direct you, tell you to go to the damn self-service website.
Nah, Claremont, Drakely. So you got to be friendly with people.
It's not like it was when you were there, man.
It's the same people.
Same people, different policies.
Just gotta just make some friends, homie. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Make some friends.
friends don't matter when they change the policies to where friends don't matter.
They matter, dude, because they could tell you when it's coming. They used to give me the heads up, like, "Hey, there's some VTO coming. Get ready." And so I would know and have my shit set up to send that message the second it came out.
See, we don't send messages anymore either.
Well, no, but I would know that. Hey, go to see. At the very end of my time, hey, go to the website and do it. So I would know like 5 or 10 minutes before. Hey, well,
And this new
VTO's coming.
phone program crashes on me constantly, crashes on everybody else constantly.
Did they change from a Visa? A
No, it's
Visa?
still a Visa.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
The problem is when it crashes on me, the whole program just tanks. It's not like it's a drop call. The whole program wipes out. And I've tried uninstalling and reinstalling, and people are going to be like, well, file a damn ticket for it. Well, what do you think the people in IT are going to do? They're going to remote in, and then they're going to uninstall and reinstall and say, okay, it looks fine here.
Wait till Windows 10 comes, homie.
They've already told people, because
Don't update.
they've already told people don't update. And it's like, well, I already got my mine reserved
You know why they said don't update, right?
because none of their tools are going to be able to handle it.
Because the Fire doesn't work on Windows 10. I tried to do it when I was snowed in like February. I had
Yeah, but
Windows
the
10.
thing is though, that was the builder program. This wasn't the final version.
There's a new version.
Well, the Windows 10 you were running was a beta. It wasn't
Yeah,
the
but
final release.
it wasn't. It was the Via program, not Windows 10, that had issues. But I'm not surprised. I knew that was going to come down for you guys because I just whatever. Via, bah. Industry standard software, Joe. By the way,
And here's
another
my
reason
rub.
why.
If they don't want us to upgrade, then they better start sending out laptops to everybody.
Been upgrade, bitch. I got a free upgrade and I got a pirated version. I'm not even sure how I got that. I have pirated Windows and I just got that little thing that says your free upgrade is available.
Yeah, the little thing down at the bottom
Yeah.
right, which still people get confused that now for signal bars. I got something that looks like, ma'am, do you see a set of white bars that look like stairs down at the bottom? I got 4 white boxes, boxes, stairs, stairs, boxes. What
Listen,
the
bitch.
fuck?
They're gonna all upgrade and then you're gonna have everybody calling and
Oh
piss off
my,
the
oh, well,
Wi-Fi
we,
doesn't
yeah,
work.
and here's the thing, as soon as it's made official, guess what? We won't be able to upgrade it, but we better troubleshoot it.
Troubleshoot what? Windows 10?
Yeah,
That's your job, bitch. Maybe they'll get rid of Vista.
but I was thinking the same thing. Will they get rid of XP and Vista?
Never. It's down to best effort now
Hell,
anyway.
there's still people over in England that run XP.
There's people in friggin' the US that run XP.
Oh
Don't you deal
God.
with XP every day?
Nah, about maybe once a month I'll get an XP call.
Really?
It's mostly Vista 7 and 10
Mostly old
or
fogies
Vista
that haven't
7 and
changed
8.
their computer in like 100 years. So,
Quit buying
se-
Macs too.
seven's fine.
Seven's good. Eight's good.
8.1 is garbage, but
8.1. Well, I mean, here's the thing about eight is that I had to install I had to install Classic Shell, which makes it look like it has a start menu.
oh, my pants are off. Yes,
And then customers who were sitting there going, "How do you access it?" I go on the apps screen and then I use the charms bar and then go to networks. I'm like,
I heard all that shit.
go to your desktop screen. Where's that? They don't know where it is.
It says desktop, bitch. It's a tile. It says I know
That's exactly what I tell them.
without the bitch part.
Exactly.
It says desktop, bitch. I haven't touched a Windows computer probably since I got fired. It's hilarious. I got Mac everything now.
See, and then there's a lot of people. I would go try to go become Mac RST, but I don't know if they'd hire because you have so many people leaving our company and going there.
What do you mean by Mac RST?
Like a work from home Mac tech, like kind of like when you
Oh
said
yeah,
people leaving for
they're not
Apple.
hiring either. I know they're not hiring right now. They'll be hiring again probably in about 3 months. They always hire around the holidays and then they thin it out big time around February and then they hire it back up in
I mean,
like September.
today all day long it was back to back calls.
That's your job, boy.
But the thing is that how do we? And I think they flipped a switch or something, or fired an entire call center, because our vendor is not the only call center that handles home
I
networking support,
I
right?
know. They just they
They had to flip a switch somewhere, man.
well there's a switch. Well, I don't know if it's a switch, but they have call balancing and they probably raised the quota of calls for you guys.
Yeah, and how does I mean, like I said, how do we go from having 10-minute wait times in between calls unless they fired a shit ton of people?
They don't fire anybody. You're just getting more calls, which means you must have done well last month. That's usually what happens
Well,
is you
dude,
guys do
it's
really
been going on for 3 months now with this
yeah,
nonstop
well,
shit.
that's usually what happens is when you guys are doing well and hitting quotas and whatnot, they just keep raising it up until they burn you guys out and then they bitch about line adherence and so it'll go back down probably in a month or two.
Part of it was the fact that they overhired.
They did it on purpose though, because Comcast told them to. Oops. Oops.
Oopsie doodle.
When they hired, remember how they hired like 25 trainers?
Yeah.
And now all of them are fired.
All they gave the trainers a ultimatum: either go back on the floor or be gone. And
They
most of them choose
offered
to
me that.
leave.
I actually brought it up in my interview. When I interviewed to be a permanent trainer, I said, I heard before you did this the same thing where you hired 12, quote, permanent trainers and then fired them like a month later. And they're like, well, that's not the plan this time. And what did they do? Like a month later, fired them all. So it's like, oh, fine.
Well, they had to find a reason to fire you because your stats were so good that they couldn't fire you on anything
Ah,
else.
it's all right. I got a good job now. It motivated me to make something of myself.
And you know what kills me is that there is a call center here in Danville called Televista,
Televista!
and I bet you 10 to 1 with the experience that I have, they would hire me now.
You'd be a soup.
But
Lie on your
the
resume and
thing
hire
is,
it as a
though,
soup.
is the turnover rate at that call center because of the call demand and the quotas and everything is so high
What do they
that
service?
they can't. I don't know. Let me
Oh,
see here. Hold on.
just curious. I mean, call centers, you've already been at the call center probably more than 75% of the people that are at the call center you working right now. You know that, right?
Hmm.
So that's why I figured eventually by attrition you'd be moving up. What do they service, White? I gotta go
I'm.
soon too.
I'm. Me too.
11 o'clock, it's time for some hose.
It doesn't say who they.
The finest Vermont hose. God, I love America.
Since operating a small call center in Richardson, Texas,
Richardson,
it
Texas?
doesn't
That's
say who
oh.
they home agent. Really? I can do this from home?
You probably pay like $8.25. What's the minimum wage down there, Holmes?
7.75, I believe. 7.50. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably you'll probably get like 50 cents more than minimum wage to work for them.
It says
That's the
solutions. They do client experience,
yes. I know.
customer care, tech support, sales and order management, social media services, professional services and consulting. It doesn't say exactly who they.
Sounds like they have a bunch of small businesses or
They do
something.
like IVOC, IVOC
Ivok.
for professional services, social media.
There's a place called the Beverage King. I like that. Sorry about that. Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Thank you for letting me know that, TV. So, yeah. I don't know. That's a good idea. Wait. You should go work for Sprint. You got a Radio Shack down there?
Yeah.
Pay like $14 an hour, homie.
The problem is I don't own a suit, so I can't go wear the suit in the Radio Shack. Because
I don't wear a
I had
suit.
an interview for Radio Shack
I wear a
way back in the
t-shirt.
day. I
What do you
had
mean a
an
suit?
well, if you work for Radio Shack, you work for directly for Sprint, right?
Yeah.
You don't work for Radio
We
Shack.
own half a Radio Shack, dude.
If I worked for Radio Shack, you got to dress up nice to work in the
I didn't
stores
say
all
to
the
go work
time.
for Radio Shack. Radio Shack will pay you minimum wage. You want to go work for Sprint at Radio Shack. You get to wear like a nice t-shirt. Well,
Well,
not
how
even
did
a
you
nice
get this
t-shirt.
job? Would you just work in a store for a little while and
No, I applied for it and fabricated my resume a little bit, and I'm in. It's Sprint.jobs, and if there's a Sprint at Radio Shack store, they start usually at $14 an hour plus commission. It's the easiest job you'll ever have too, because nobody ever comes into Radio Shack because everybody thinks it's fucking
all right, it
closed.
says search by keyword
Danville.
or location, Danville. I'll just type in Danville. Search jobs. Probably
You
nope.
guys got good Sprint service down there, so I'm told.
No, the only Danville it has here is in malls in Vermont and shit. Let's see. Let me
Put in Virginia.
closest one to here is going to be Lynchburg or Roanoke probably.
Probably.
Let's see. Hampton, Alexandria, Reston, Herndon, Morgantown, Richmond,
Yeah.
Roanoke. Lead retail consultant job.
15. Yeah, it's 14 and a half. Yeah. That's,
1 year,
well,
1 year retail sales are related experience. I worked at Kroger. That's retail.
New York Comcast, homie. But seriously, it's the easiest fucking job you would ever get. And they are desperate right now because they just opened seven. They're trying to open
The
17
problem is though, man,
stores
is
in a
that
month.
the problem is that Valley View Mall, which is where this is located at,
Yeah.
is 2 hours away from me.
Oh yeah, it's not worth it to you. But if you had one nearby, and if that's
There
any of
is
them,
one, but the problem is that they're not Sprint owned. They're urban urban cell phone company that's has the Sprint logo on it. You know, one of those third party gimmicks.
if it's inside the Radio Shack, it's a Sprint. But you don't have one in Danville, do you?
We got a Radio Shack in Danville.
Is it open?
Yeah,
So there should be a Sprint in there.
I'll just type in Radio Shack.
Danville Radio Shack. See if it comes up. Just type it into Google. It'll say Sprint. Let me see. I'll Google it.
Yeah, Nordan. We got actually two of them.
Hold on.
Remember when we were trying to get the board set up? I actually messaged you from one. Remember?
Yeah. You guys have a Sprint store at the Danville Mall.
Yeah, it's one of them little kiosks owned by
Oh, Haji the Haji.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the? Hold on. Hold on. Excuse me.
Show us your bill, save 10%. How is that cutting your bill in half?
No, if you show us your bill, they'll give you 10% off any item in Radio Shack.
Plus cut the bill in half?
If you choose to do that, it's not really cutting it in half though, because they cut the rate plan in half, but then charge you at least $20 for the phone. So, if you're a family plan, it doesn't really. What's your zip code?
24527.
All right, wait. Cut your bill in half. Wait. They give you 2 weeks of corporate training. That's owned by Sprint, allegedly.
Hiring there in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Where's Eden at?
North Carolina, about an hour and a half away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually probably close now to probably close now to an hour and a half because I'm further north than what I used to be. Search jobs by location. I'll click on the map here.
There's two Sprint stores in in Danville. 325 Piedmont and
Yeah, but they're all owned
724.
by Aji the Haji.
Well, it says it's full service, which, hold on. Man, you guys suck down there. You got no Radio Shacks.
Mm-mm.
Back off. You're screwed. I would have hooked you up.
There's two jobs in Roanoke, man. If I could move there, I would.
Well,
Probably
move.
owned by Aji the Haji too.
Does it say lead retail consultant? If it says lead retail consultant, it's inside of Radio Shack, which is owned by Sprint. For giving away too many secrets of the trade, though.
Yeah.
People listening at home, if you're looking for a job with Sprint, uh, don't be a felon and apply at Sprint.jobs. They are hiring big time right now. It
What do
does
you
pay
think?
decently.
What do you think about Tyson Kidd?
He's crippled?
He said he nearly died from this. Do you think he comes back?
No.
Kidd's injury was far worse than believed. Kidd apparently has being legitimate in saying only 5% people survived the injury that he suffered. Right after suffering the injury while in the hospitals, doctors told him he was lucky to be alive. After the surgery, he was told by doctors that because the injury was so high in most cases, this injury would be fatal. Apparently, the only reason he survived is because he's an athlete with a very muscular neck. He has 16 staples, 4 screws, and a rod put. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He's got a rod in his neck.
Fuck around and end up like Drozdoff there.
Yeah, I know. All thanks to Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. That's why you will never hear from Samoa Joe again. He crippled somebody in his first match. No, I don't. I don't know.
CM Punk. Who does he fight?
Um,
I said he fights little Jimmy Smits from Doyle's Gym in Massachusetts.
no, he's gonna fight. Who's he gonna fight? Shit. Um, fucking the guy's name escapes me. What?
Bisbing.
No, Jesus. Better not fight Bisbing.
I would love to see that.
That'd be his first and last fight ever.
Bisbing's a beast.
Hey, my order is on the way.
It's Pizza Hut again
No, dude.
or Domino's?
No, I ordered a case for my phone. I'm actually having it delivered to my store, the store that I'm working at, because I don't want to go home to get
All
it.
right, damn. Ohio Valley Wrestling's website's looking awesome.
Are you high, dude?
I want to see who the new owner is.
Well, fucking Google it, bitch. I'll tell you right now, because you're a fag and you can't do anything without my help. Okay, there's more from WrestleZone. What is WrestleZone giving me?
WrestleZone probably just tells you that they've sold it. Jim Cornette probably owns it. And
It's
there it is.
yeah, this is an angle.
Yeah, Bill Pritchard.
It's going to be Jeff Jarrett, I bet.
Well, don't they have ties with TNA?
Not
Or did
anymore.
that end? That ended. Wrestling Observer noted that the whole thing read like it could be a much
Yeah,
larger angle. Davis announced that he sold the company to a private investor and that their mysterious identity would be revealed at the next TV taping scheduled for next week.
it's Phil Stamper. He's buying
Right,
all the
it
indie.
posted this July 8th, but the OVW says it's going to be announced tonight.
Listen, Phil Stamper is the guy who's buying up all the indies right now. I don't know what his plan is, but buying them up one at a time.
You know, I put that out on I put that over to the guys at PW Insider, and I was hoping that they would post the interview because they do a lot of work with Les Thatcher, and Les
They
Thatcher
don't
used
like
to own
us anymore.
HWA, but
So who did he buy it from, Les?
no, he bought it from some other guy who was trying to put the damn thing on into Georgia, and he was going to move it to Georgia, and all of a sudden they were like, no, we're not moving to Georgia, so Phil Stamper bought it. You should go listen to my interview, Rick.
I don't have time for this.
You got a good drive. Go back to New Hampshire. Wherever you live at, you can listen to it in the car.
I'm in New Hampshire right now. Well, actually, this is Vermont, but I work in New Hampshire still. Nine share. Holy fuck. Excuse me. Wow.
I wonder
Still,
if Jim Cornette. Do you really think Jim Cornette bought the damn thing?
no. Who said that? You?
I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's Jimmy C.
Nope. I think it's Jeffy J.
Really?
It's Jeffy J.
Let me
Yes.
ask. Let me ask Jeff Edwards here.
Ask Jeff. Call Jeff Edwards on the
You really
phone.
think Jeff Edwards? Jeff Edwards ain't gonna do radio with us tonight.
Come on, dude. Call him up. You don't have a hair on your ass if you don't call him up. It'd be a great way to make an introduction. I'll make a dick and fat joke and then I'll hang up.
Don't do that, Rick. Let me see if he answers back on the Blue Bird.
Get him on the phone. I don't have all day.
Well, he's not online. He's not on Skype.
What the fuck? Does he not have like one of them rotary phones like the old people have?
I don't have his number.
Well, then you're not his friend, bitch.
Ohio Valley Wrestling Saturday Night Special. When did this air? March 7th, 2015. Jarrett was there in March,
See?
wrestling for them.
Hello?
You there?
Hello? Did I not say that Jeff Jarrett was going
The
to
the
buy
card the card was Dapper Dan versus Jay Bradley.
it? Dapper Dan. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Roll LaMotta versus Dave Lowe. No Class Connection versus Elvis Pridemore and the Assassin. The OVW TV Championship was Rump Thump versus Adam Revolver Hook.
Rump Thump?
Rump Thump.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the Junkyard Dog there. OVW Southern Tag Team Championships was Robbie Walker and Adam Wilde versus Termex. The OVW Heavyweight Champion Ryan Rowe versus Muhammad Alvarez and the Congregation. And here's another thing. Danny Davis has actually been getting more and more involved in the product down there. Because it was Danny Davis, Trailer Park Trash, and Jeff Jarrett versus War Machine and John Ashcroft.
John Ashcroft, like the guy who used to be in the government?
Or Josh Ashcroft,
Oh.
excuse me, not John.
I'm like, John Ashcroft used to be like the Attorney General. That'd be awesome if he was wrestling now. Okay. It's a bummer. How come this Jeff Edwards doesn't want to talk to me? I thought he was a good guy.
He is a
I don't
good
want-
guy. He maybe taking a break from everybody.
I don't want to have to, like, Mike Ferrera his ass. Responsible for Hammer.
I just put it out on Facebook. Any word yet on who bought OVW? Jeff Edwards must not be there.
So we used to have, like, that Professor VNS guy back in the day. He was,
Who?
remember him, the Professor VNS from
No.
ObsessedWithWrestling.com?
Oh yeah, is that even around anymore? Obsessed
Well,
with
it's now
wrestling.
online World of Wrestling.
Oh yeah. Didn't they have a bad falling out? The two guys who ran that.
A big falling out.
Yeah, the guy who now does online World of Wrestling scooped up the entire database and took it to a new server and told the other guy, "Screw you."
It was the other way around, but yes. He, the other guy took his site and then, whatever. Used to be called Obsessed with Wrestling.
Well, Rick, I got some breaking news for you, Rick.
You have the info or not?
I got breaking news.
Is it Phil Stamper?
There's somebody who is going to reveal themselves. Somebody,
Okay.
for the first time ever,
Okay.
to the world.
Hurry up, dude.
It's going to be Shark Boy. No, Shark Boy is going to... No. Did you see that shit?
Dude, I don't. You're pissing me off. I thought
I pulled the Vinny Roo rib on. Vince Russo does this whole thing talking about how, when I was a kid, bro, I used to go and I watched on MTV as Kiss revealed themselves without the paint, and you had Vinnie Vincent, Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and they were in the dark and the lights came up, and all of a sudden Gene Simmons was there without the paint, and all of a sudden I said, he's a fat Jewish guy. But then Russo goes, but then next Monday night, on this very channel, on this very website, before the world, unmasking himself will be Shark Boy. So, who
Mhm.
gives a fuck, Russo? Let me see here. Did I get a message? Jeff is here. Should I say that Rick wants to come do radio?
I have a very short amount of time. I'm sure I
Okay.
can make him hate you in that amount of time. So, oh, he's asking him. It's going to be great. I want to see how he responds to some dick and fart jokes.
Don't do it, man. Come on,
Will he be
be nice.
offended?
Yes,
Why?
because he likes to keep it clean like I do now.
Fucking everybody wants to keep it clean. Nobody's ever gonna make it on the fucking radio.
Well, dude, we can't all be Howard Stern, okay?
I didn't. I don't even. You see, you talk about dick and. I don't even do that shit anymore. We just say dick and fat jokes because it's funny.
And here's another thing that he was saying in that video that the Skippy was saying. He goes, "Who is this guy to tell me to blow a goat?"
Whoa. Well, I'm gonna have to get this video now. But I
he,
really tell him to
Who
blow a
is this
goat.
guy to tell me to blow a goat? I bet you blow hamsters. Or something shit like that is what he said.
Wait, did I really tell him to blow a goat?
Well, I think we said blow a goat at the end of the damn video, like we always do. That's
Blowing
your
goat.
sign off. Blow a goat, you know.
All right, get this guy on the phone
I'm
or not.
trying. He's
I don't have all
replying to the
day, dude.
message.
For fuck's sake.
Update on TNA having late payments to the production staff. Here we go.
Oh no. Is it that time of month again?
Yeah. TNA has a long history with not paying their employee. I wouldn't say a long history.
Only 12
Only
years worth.
twice. But the production people that work for TNA who haven't been paid yet for the May tapings will be paid as promised after July 15th.
Why are they so far behind?
I don't know why. I'm sorry if I'm a guy who's
I'd
setting up your
stop working for
production.
them, to be fucking honest
If
too.
I'm a guy and I show up and going, "Hey, where's my envelope?" or "When is my check coming?" and they tell me 2 months later, "Bye, see ya."
Yeah, I'd be leaving.
Rig your own shit up. You know. The reason for the payment after is TNA is because TNA tapes another batch of TV on July 22nd, and there's some fear from TNA management that if they do not pay the staff before the next TV event, that they won't show.
I'll fucking hold. I would hold them up. I would show up at the event and say, "You're paying me up front, or I'm not."
Following the July 22nd's taping, TNA's feature on Destination America will be up in the air as they reportedly are not renewing the deal. So,
See, that's why if I was a production guy on that show, I would not only make sure I got all my back pay, but I would make sure I get paid for that show in advance before I even did it. Because if they don't get another TV deal, they're going to stiff everybody. Right, White?
yeah.
Right. Those are my opinions, by the way, bitches. Bitchettes. But, yeah. And after the first time they stiffed me, I'd demand payment up front, but I guess maybe they have a contract. I don't know. Maybe they're gooks. Gooks, White?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're professional riggers, so I mean,
Professional riggers. Not to be confused with professional. White, you didn't take the bait on that one.
I look at it this way, man. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Hold on. It says TNA has had a long history of not paying, but the production people that work for TNA who haven't been paid yet for the May tapings will be paid as promised after the 15th of July. That's 3 months, man.
I'd refuse to do any further service for them.
When did they if I'm a guy in production, okay, and if I'm Keith Mitchell,
Keith Mitchell.
okay, production people, you're talking directors and shit, right? That's Keith Mitchell in the truck.
Yeah. Wade Needham, yes.
Wade Needham and the everybody else doing radio.
Did you
Or
see Wade Needham wheeling his fucking ass into a production truck?
let me get my ass up here. Come on. Let me put up the ramp.
Push him up the ramp.
He gets in there, and I need SoCal Val over here to push me up the ramp. So she pushes him up the ramp, and all of a sudden, there he is in the truck.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What?
Oh, it's over there.
What, you got roommates?
No, the housekeepers.
Oh. Dude, lock your shit up.
These housekeepers have been really sweet to me. So
Honestly, when I was driving a truck for Werner and they had us staying in the Hibbity Bibbity Quality Inn with the Hazibs, um, we were told to buy padlocks for our luggage, and anything that we wanted to hold precious and dear to us, lock it up.
I'm
Because
not worried.
housekeeping was known, like if you got a $45 road atlas,
Yeah,
housekeepers were stealing road maps and selling them on the freeway apparently, or some shit out there in Pennsylvania.
these girls are really nice, and I leave them money every day, so they don't mess with me.
Of course they ain't gonna take your shit. You're leaving money for them.
Yeah, well, $2 is better than a stolen iPad or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take all my important shit with me anyway. So, excuse me.
Rick's dying.
So that Jeff Edwards don't want to talk to the king of radio, huh?
I told him, I was like, Rick listened to your stuff and loved it. He wants me to bring you on with us right now. I was like, I don't know how you'd feel about it, but
He's like, I heard what he does to new people. I don't want him to talk to me.
more news on TNA's vice president department. When your number two leaves you,
It happens like twice a week down there, though.
mm-hmm.
Remember Ross Foreman? That guy
wasn't
thought
he
there
the
was.
wasn't he the guy that stopped us from getting interviews?
Yep. You had to really give him a good ball licking, or he wouldn't do it. And I guess one time he listened to our show, and we had a guest on, and we were real nice to him. And then, as I would do from time to time, after talking to said guest, we would say how shitty TNA was. Well, apparently they don't
Meltzer
like
does
that.
the same thing.
What?
Meltzer does the same thing, and we're gonna have James Storm on, and then the very next episode, TNA's a bunch of morons. They're getting canceled. You know?
That's why they all like Brian Fritz, because he'll jiggle anybody's balls for an interview. You never heard of Fritz, have you? Fritz
Yeah.
does
Doesn't he
Fritzy.
do the between the ropes?
Yeah, but he also works for Sporting News now, so they all like the guy.
As
But
noted, Andy Barton, who served for TNA's vice president, left the company after working there since 2002. Dave Meltzer notes that people within TNA are using the term rats jumping off a sinking ship when it comes to all the departures from the company as of late.
bummer.
It was also described in regards of Barton's departure as the biggest, fattest rat jumping off.
That's not nice.
TNA has replaced him with Eric Sherman. Sherman's background includes having overseen VH1 Classic,
Mm-hmm.
VH1 Soul,
Mm-hmm.
and Padilla. P-A-L-L-A-D-I-A. Padilla?
Maybe they can get him on VH1 Classic or something.
As well as being the president of the Canadian-based Fuse TV
Oh, that's where they'll
and
probably end up.
CEO of Vera Living Channel.
That's where they'll end up as Fuse TV, I bet.
Barton goes back, speaking of Andy Barton, he goes back
Mm-hmm.
19 years with the Dixie as he worked with her as vice president for Trifecta Entertainment. He served as the vice president there while executive VP while in TNA. And a lot of people don't know, but when I used to call TNA to get us interviews back in the day,
You
because
would
I
answer.
had that kind of clout.
You would call like what was the girl's name? She was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, oh, we're gonna talk to Ross Foreman. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You used to just call the
Well,
office girl.
the
And
girl, the
girl did
office
whatever
girl
we
at the
wanted.
front desk,
Yeah.
you had two phone numbers for TNA. And it didn't matter which one you called because it'd flip flop every time. One time you'd call and it'd be TNA Wrestling. How can I help you?
She
The
was a
next,
sweetheart too.
she was so awesome.
Yeah.
If you're out there, honey, email me, newsearchlive at
You're out there.
yahoo.com.
I want
I'd
to
love to
marry you.
get you on the air.
I'll see if you're still employed by TNA. I
And
guess
if
probably
anybody
not.
knows who she was, we're talking, what, 2003, 2004?
She was a nice lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I think we called her live on the air one time.
depending on what time of day you called, it would be hello TNA Wrestling or it would be hello Trifecta Entertainment.
Mm-hmm. I want to say we called her on the air, White. Hmm. But she was nice, and she could get you anybody you wanted if you were nice to her. But then it was like All of a sudden, we called her one week, and she's like, "You gotta talk to this Ross Foreman guy." You know, he's like, "You gotta give me in writing. You gotta give me exactly what you're gonna talk." It's like, oh my god.
He'd want a list of questions.
And there was a show that used to do that every week too.
In your head radio did it.
My name did it.
Mrs. Am.
The Mosh did it.
Are they still around?
No,
Why aren't they doing radio? What's the story behind that?
because Adam wouldn't do it for free anymore.
Who, Biceps wouldn't do it?
No, Adam. Who are you talking about?
Monday Night Mayhem.
Yeah, Adam Martin wouldn't produce their show for free anymore, so that was the end of it.
Oh yeah, because Adam Martin went to go doing his whole paid deal, where in order to
Mm.
access his website, he wanted
No,
subscriptions.
this was actually after that when he went back to free and he had Mosh on there for a while, and now he's doing his show with Trey, which
Are
is
they?
actually
What
a
is their
decent show.
website? Are they still doing it?
TreyandAdam.com. I like those shows, so I don't like them. Well, Adam's okay, but Trey's kind of a scumbag.
TreyandAdam.com shows up. Is it TREY?
Yeah.
And ADAM.com. Server not found.
Listen, dude, you clearly don't know how to spell Trey.
TREY.
Mother, mother lesbian, I below you. It's a good thing I have a corner room in here.
What is it? Trey Stone?
Trey Stone.
Adam.
Maybe it's Trey and Adam show. Oh, TreyandAdamShow.com. We're up to 27 podcasts.
Is it Trey and Adam?
TreyandAdamShow.com.
You made fun of my roommate because he had cancer. I hate you sons of bitches.
And then I think we didn't we call their Christmas show or something?
Yeah, we did. Oh man, we prank called we prank called their show line, and that's why it was a deal where leave us a voice message and we'll play it on the air.
I think we called them as TSK and the Gay Dog. But those were good times.
Hashtag Trey Adam. They're live on. Get this, they're live on Twitch.
That's usually what their listeners do when they're watching them. They twitch uncontrollably. Well, no.
I think he's gonna come on.
Well, hurry up, dude. Doesn't he know I'm like 85 years old?
Trey and Adam, thanks for watching. Hit that follow button.
Don't.
Trey on the radio at Adam, and he's doing it with Adam and Doug.
Yeah, Doug Lackey.
Okay, here's the thing. When Twitch finds out that there's no video game related shit on here, I could report them if I wanted to right now.
I don't know what.
And say this has nothing to do with video games, which is what Twitch is there for. There's another guy who I found earlier in the week who is actually doing the same thing. Who does a wrestling-based deal. He's actually up in New England because he was plugging the New England Fan Fest. Once I tell Twitch, hey, this guy has nothing to do with video games whatsoever, they're going to ban him from doing it and they'll stop it.
Bummer.
It's not, Twitch is not a streaming service for whoever's. It's a streaming service for video gamers.
How would you go about even doing that?
Green screening it.
No.
If you pay enough for this, they'll give you the tools.
Oh, that's gay.
You got to have a good enough video card and everything. Oh Lord, okay.
Cole's guy on the phone. Hang up. I'm done.
I asked any word on who bought OVW. Somebody posted a picture of Bischoff from One Night Stand where he gives the finger.
What's the deal? Is this guy coming on the phone or am I going to bed?
Guess. Hold on, man. Patience, young Patience, my young Padawan.
I'll go to bed. Maybe I'll talk to you from bed. These pretzels are hardcore. I'm acting professionally tonight, aren't I?
You need to. Oh, there
Mm,
he is.
mm, mm, mm. Who are you calling?
Calling Jeff Edwards.
Please don't.
Are you good to go, sir?
Mike, tell Scott to answer the phone, would you?
I am. Hold on.
I don't have all night. Andy's ruining our show.
He's not
I,
ruining the
I think
show.
I've already achieved that myself, though.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Would you quit eating, Rick? It says it's
I'm
busy.
I'm
Is he
hungry.
trying to
See?
call me?
He's big timing you.
Oh, no. Hang on. Okay.
I like him already.
What are you eating?
He's let me tell you, triple cheese pretzel poppers.
Oh, my God. Yeah, there. Your diet's going. What are they, like
Uh,
combos? Combos?
no, they're Snyder's pretzels. They're
Oh,
basically
Schneider's, Hanover. Okay.
they're hollow pretzels covered in cheese. Oh God, I love America. Tons of goat
See,
WWE.
up in New England, y'all got the Utz chip factory up there, don't you? Up in PA.
Yeah, I just bought out the local chip company too.
Utz is awesome. Love the crab chips.
Mm,
All right, you good?
mm.
Hold on.
Oh yeah. Mm.
All right, Rick.
Are we ready or what? I don't
Hold
have
on.
all
I'm,
day,
I'm
dude.
just
Oh
asking
yeah.
if he's good. I'm gonna go ahead and add him again.
Production
Here we go.
quality here.
Fuck it, we'll call him.
When I produce the show, shit happens. Joe produces the show. We wait for a guy on the fucking phone for an
All right, Rick.
hour. Excuse me.
Who are you waiting for?
We're waiting for you.
Joe
Jeff
Watson.
Edwards. Meet Rick Hendrickson. Rick Hendrickson, the one, the only Jeff Edwards.
Rick
One
Hendrickson.
the only? There's more than one?
Nah, man. There can
No, you
only be
never know.
one. There can only be one Jeff Edwards. Let me tell you that. He sets him up. I knock him down. That's apparently the.
Wasn't that like the psychic guy who could talk to dead people? Or
What are you talking about?
no, that was John Edward.
John Edwards,
Yeah.
yes.
My mistake.
No relation.
It'd be cool if you could talk to dead wrestlers, but anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh, Jeff, we've already had Rick say that we're going to channel the ghost of Dusty Rhodes to come back and save everybody now.
It happens. Dusty Rhodes.
Then
is the
Rick
only
caught
one who
himself
saved
and was
the
like, "Is that too soon?" I was like, "Yes, Rick, it's too freaking
Look.
soon."
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, all right?
Notice
Back
I
in
took the pregnant pause there.
we talk about me talking about the ghost of Dusty Rhodes, but there's people on the PWP, whatever the hell it is, channel, right, that had the ghost of Daniel Benoit for a while.
Really? Who was that?
Who was that? Your fearless leader,
Oh,
on a weekly basis, used to have another one of his hosts play the ghost of Daniel Benoit.
wow.
And
I
I'm
had
the
somebody.
one
I had somebody with the last name Benoit call me at work today.
Benoit.
He pronounced his name Benoit, and I was like, "Isn't that Ben?" He goes, "Yeah, the correct pronunciation is Benoit." I was like, "Are you
That's
related
what
to
my
Chris?"
mother
I
used
asked
to
him.
say.
I asked him. I says, "Are you related to Chris?" He goes, "No, I would not dare be. If I am, I'd disown him."
That's what my mother used to say when I used to watch Monday Nitro, is when Chris Benoit came out. Oh, look, that's that guy Benoit. I'm like, he calls himself Benoit. I'm like, she's like, his name is Benoit. I'm like, come on.
Jeff, have you been paying attention? Like somebody bought OVW apparently.
It was Jeff. We've
Jeff.
Could
solved
have been
the-
me. That's
we've
why you
solved the
guys
mys-
had to wait for me.
Oh, he was cutting his promo in the ring, going, "I own this place now."
bought OVW.
No, with Jeff, it would be like, "I own this place now," with my silky smooth microphone.
He does
Yes.
have a nice voice and microphone.
He does.
Thank
That was what was impressive. I
Thank
don't
you,
really
sir.
care about the content, the voice and the microphone.
The content was awesome too, man. The content's good too, except for when he's playing
But Joe, you know what's
Dixie
You
Carter's
loved it.
theme.
You loved it.
Or do you guys play?
He played Dixie Carter's theme song and a bunch of other
I
TNA.
thought you guys could play the video game or something.
No, we didn't play the video games. Jeff is a gamer, but
Mm.
Dixie Carter has a theme song? God, just how
Oh,
much
yes.
TNA I watch. Wow.
Rick,
A theme
golly,
song.
quit eating, Rick.
Can I hear the theme song, or is it not
Can
possible?
Jeff? I don't know if Jeff could play it through here.
Oh,
Mm,
probably not. It's
probably
all
not.
right. theme song.
I'm sure you could go to YouTube and pull it up.
I can't even watch it. Is she back on TV?
Did you like what I tagged you in earlier, Jeff? Speaking of Dixie, and what James Mitchell's posted.
Oh yes, that was
Jim
nice.
Mitchell. Jim Mitchell's a dude you guys should try to get on the radio.
I've asked
He's
him and he never
friggin'
replies.
genius. Oh, I'll ask him for
He
you.
doesn't want to do wrestling no more. He does devil karaoke down in Florida. And
Yeah, I'll
making
talk to him
living out
about
of it.
music. I've actually been to his many years ago when he was with TNA. He used to do karaoke and guitar, and the guy was awesome.
The thing about, and I don't know if Jeff saw it from. I don't know if Jeff's a friend of James Mitchell on Facebook because
His
Jeff
name is
doesn't,
Jim.
or Jim, but
Sorry.
Jeff doesn't go to Facebook that much anyway.
Oh.
Facebook is a cesspool, so I totally agree with Jess on that one.
I was telling Rick earlier. Mitchell posted a photo last week of a half sunken ship
Oh.
with a rope going. You know, like in the old. You ever seen American Tail where they're all marching up the rope to get to the ship? The rats are going on the ship.
Yes.
Well, this is the same thing, except for the ship is sinking and the rats are holding big ass suitcases, walking down the rope off the ship. And he goes, meanwhile, in the other professional wrestling company, James Mitchell can't stand TNA because of the fact of they ruined his character and they ruined Abyss.
Didn't he get hurt while there too, really bad? I think he got like burned or electrocuted or something.
I know he got messed up in ECW, but
Oh, maybe that was what I was thinking.
That
Jeff-
sounds familiar.
me and Jeff signed off the air going, we're not going to talk to each other for a month except for on the round table.
Yeah, and
There's
here we
a
are.
round table that I'm not invited to. I'll add that to the list of things
You wouldn't be interested in it anyway, Rick.
What are you talking about?
There's a round table that us at 1640 do where we do pitch a rebook. It's kind of like Shark Tank where we pitch rebooks of former wrestling happenings.
Oh yeah, he asked me. I told him I wasn't gonna waste my time with that crap.
Wow, it was actually very good.
I'm sure it was because you guys actually put time into it, but I don't have time to think about crap like that.
Tom Selleck is accused of stealing water during the California drought.
I love it. Magnum PI stole some water.
Mm-hmm.
A water district has sued Tom Selleck, claiming the
Sued him
star of
for
crime
stealing
shows
water.
stole truckloads of water from a public hydrant and bought it to his ranch in a drought-stricken California.
Truckloads of water.
He stole truckloads. This guy, the Kalingas, I'm not going to say what that sounds like.
Cunnilingus, you say?
Yeah.
Joe, I thought we were getting away from the Dick and Bart.
Well,
show.
it's CALLEEGUAS.
That's pretty close.
Okay.
Okay. Some place in California. Go ahead.
Municipal Water District in Ventura County claims a water tanker truck filled up a hydrant with more than a dozen times and hauled water to a 60-acre ranch owned by Selleck.
That's awesome.
Wow.
How is that allowed? I mean, like,
How do you back up a truck to a fire hydrant like that? And I mean, I used to live in Amelia County where it's all wells unless you go inside to the little town of Amelia.
Right.
So if people bought a pool from Amelia County Pool and Spa and they needed the water to fill it up, the pool company owned tanker trucks and they had permission from the city because the people were paying for the water to go into the city, hook up to a fire hydrant, fill the tanker up,
Well-
and then take it to the people's homes.
yeah,
but-
but I mean, so that implies that Tom Selleck hired some guys that had some tools that could open a fire hydrant and fill a truck, right?
It's not that hard to find in
But
Van.
how would you get away with that 12 times? What did somebody notice? I mean,
The mustache, that's how.
It's the mustache. But
Has to be.
That guy is
Has to
well,
be.
see, he hired a bunch of Mexicans that looks like him. Come on, let's face it.
Better than Donald Trump. I mean,
It's L.A. He hired a bunch of Mexicans that come in there, and the Mexicans are jumping around. Arriba, Magnum PI need aqua. Magnum need aqua. You know,
what's the show? He's a Blue Bloods is a good show.
yeah, it
too.
is. But the Los Angeles Times says Selleck grows avocados at the ranch.
Avocados.
The lawsuit filed on June 30th after California communities were ordered to cut water use by 25%. Oh,
Just
my
because it
Lord.
hasn't rained there in like 4 years. And it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like to the point where people are dying. So, I mean, if you're stealing water, I mean, pay your $100 fine and get it over with.
The district, get this, the district claims it has sent Selleck cease and desist letters aimed at halting the unlawful water deliveries, but the truck was spotted as recently as March, filling up at the hydrant on 4 days and delivering water to the ranch.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what is the penalty? I mean, they're just suing him.
They're pretty strict about that. He would have to pay for all that water first of all,
Is
and
it
then
expensive? I mean,
well, I mean it's
what's
over
a
so many. It's
truckload of water go for?
depending on the tanker, it can hold up to 250, 300, 400 gallons. It depends.
How much is it worth, White? We got to get into the
Well,
illegal water business.
first off, he's probably not even a resident of the area that he was in, so they're going to charge him.
Oh, he stole it from like the next town over us. I like that. I like that. I would, if I was stealing water, I would not steal it from my town. But that is not
smart.
Yes. Yeah, I think that we should get into like the water business, White, because there's a pot up for water. We should take some from the East Coast, get a whole bunch of tanker trucks and drive it over there.
Aren't mine and your fat asses retaining enough water as it is, Rick?
Come on, man. We could just get some trucks and we could be like that PewDiePie.
Oh God!
We could be the illegal water truck guy.
Jeff doesn't know who PewDiePie is. Do you know who PewDiePie is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
PewDiePie.
Yeah. Yep.
PewDiePie. Can I just get one of those million? That's all I want. I don't need 7. Just one's fine. I'm not greedy. 7 million in 1 year to play video games.
Wow.
1 year. Fuck.
That's impressive.
Right.
Dude has over 300 million subscribers. For what? The dude just to sit there and watch a 20-something-year-old kid sit there and play video games and act like a jackass. Yet me and Rick have been doing this for 10 years of dick and fart jokes, Jeff, and we can't get anywhere.
I have never done dick and fart. In the last 5 years, I have not told a dick and or fart joke.
You've been pretty good tonight. I will admit that. And when Jeff plays this back, he'll see.
5 years.
He put you over big time, Jeff. I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
Last
thanks.
I said bad things about, and he was immediately fired. So.
Oh yeah, we did go into a rant about the.
I heard something about that.
We are going into a rant tonight about Skippy McDapp in the YouTube video he put out.
There's a video. I want to watch it.
Oh, you don't.
Does he mention the goat?
He mentions the goat, doesn't he, Jeff?
Yes.
Oh.
Why is this guy telling me to blow a goat?
I'm sorry, but it's just. Funny.
I'm all right, Pat, if you're listening, Jeff has nothing to do with that, okay? I don't want to get Jeff in trouble. Jeff is silently laying out.
I never said that. Well, I'm not kidding. I never said that.
We said it at the end of the show. Mine and Rick's catchphrase. Rick's catchphrase is always, regardless of whether we're doing a show or not, Rick jokingly goes, blow a goat, goodbye.
Yeah, when I hang up on the phone with people.
When I hang up on the phone, blow a goat, click, okay? So you can't say nothing back. So then this guy, I guess me and Rick said it at the end of our hangout.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Me and Rick said it at the end of our hangout, and all of a sudden this guy goes, "Why is Rick telling me to blow a goat?"
I'm gonna have to watch this video just for personal.
I deleted it. I don't know where it's at. Jeff can probably link you to it.
I'm not even friends with Jeff. I don't even know. Jeff's got Twitter and nothing else, and then it takes 4 hours to get him on the.
Well, Jeff has a life too.
He's got a rotary phone or something that you got to dial one little number at a time, and you got to spin it around.
You don't even know,
dude. Those are awesome. I wish I had a rotary phone.
Those are cool. I used to like to do that back in the day, but nowadays when you got to dial 10 friggin' numbers, it take all day to call somebody with one of those.
Remember the days of does long distance even still exist?
Yes.
Really?
Sure. Track phones still exists.
That's
funny.
Straight talk.
People are so bent out of shape that Radio Shack does not sell or service track phone anymore. It's hilarious. But anyway, so
who do you think buys OVW?
I told you who buys it, and you don't want to hear it.
You said it's what, Nate Stein?
I said Jeff mother effing Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, really?
And it's not it's an angle. And it's Jeff Jarrett. You want me to get the iPad out? I'll get the iPad out. Somebody will know.
Joe, did you happen to see the continuation of the interview on TNA with Jeff?
I didn't watch it because I was working, and then Rick wanted to do radio right after. What happened?
TNAWrestling.com.
Fill us in.
He made they were talking about that title that they created for King of the Mountain.
Oh God.
And he said, that goes with me. And I want this defended around the world in all these alliances that I have. So basically,
it's the new NWA belt.
Yeah, basically.
That he created That doesn't mean a damn thing.
Doesn't exist.
Unless they're going to change it to the GFW title. I mean,
They could, yes.
Currently, Roddy
they.
Piper has now been fired from the WWE.
Yeah, I told you that. He lost his Legends deal today, Jeff.
Bummer.
Oh, you're kidding. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
see
lost
that.
it. He lost the Legends deal. He's out of a job at Podcast On. He's out of a job at WWE. Poor guy.
Wow.
Poor
That's
guy.
crazy. I didn't think Austin would.
Don't
I don't
mess
know.
with Steve Austin.
I guess.
So rumor was on NXT tonight they replaced something because remember me and you, Jeff, were going through last night trying to figure out what they're gonna do now that Owens has lost that belt.
Yes.
Apparently they replaced something on tonight's show with the Beast in the East match, or at least clips from it.
What was that something we were talking about?
Oh,
What do you mean?
What did they replace? What were we talking about?
Oh, wasn't it like Kevin Owens wasn't he coming out and cutting a promo or something?
Was that the Vaudevillians? Holy shit!
Oh no, I think it was it Zane? Did you mention?
Yeah. Well, apparently
Yes,
they announced he makes his return next week.
Oh, okay.
Sami Zayn's still alive?
Hey, Rick, are you able to check out the chat room?
There's a chat room?
The Skype chat room.
Why?
I got a present for you, courtesy of the gimmick.
Is it the same?
I'm not trying not to throw anybody under the bus.
Is
Okay.
it the same present that Alan Wojcik used to get at the
Oh
Hour Late Show?
shit!
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Hurry up! I got 10 minutes. I gotta go.
It's that video you requested.
Of what?
I'll play it here.
The Alan Wojcik gimmick?
We're gonna hear it here.
Hurry up.
You're not gonna be able to hear it, so you're gonna have to play it on your own. Because I don't have a mixer.
Joe,
Like-
I've got an iPhone and you want me to talk to you and play a video at the same time. I don't know if that's going to work.
No, I don't think so either. But this guy, here he is in a Guns N' Roses hat.
Oh, that's the guy. Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the gimmick.
I'll save that for later.
Okay.
So what are we at? Episode 286 of NXT. Good.
I thought it was more than that. Oh, Jeff, here's one for you, being the TNA fan that you are.
Oh, God.
I'm going to read this.
He's
Okay.
a TNA fan?
I love TNA. No, I just hate the WWE.
These chicks are fighting for my enjoyment. I like that.
The deal is, Jeff, is that they're going to pay the Remember how we discussed that the production crew was not getting paid?
Yes. Again.
According to Meltzer, the TNA production crew has still not been paid for the wrestling tapings that took place back in May. Okay, well, here's the deal. They're saying now that they're going to pay them promptly on July 15th because there's rumors that if they don't get paid on July 15th,
Did we just talk about that?
yeah,
Oh,
me and you just did, but yeah, but at the next set of tapings, there's rumors that the production crew's not going to show.
I'll tell you what.
Up for every penny, man.
That's what they should do.
Yeah.
I can't. At this point, if what Meltzer is saying is true every freaking month about it, then I have no pity for them. Here's an idea: quit.
They need to, at the next show, which whatever it is make sure they get every penny owed to them, including the money for that show, before they do the show.
Yes.
Otherwise, they get no show because it's going to be the last show probably. And if they don't get the money by that point, they're going to get stiffed.
Here's the rub, though, Jeff, and I kind of agree with Jeff on this, is that they're not going to treat it as if it's their last taping. They're going to film it with continuity. And if Jeff, like Jeff said, if they have to go online, if they have to go back to YouTube and go dark like they did in the days between Spike and Fox Sports Net, that's what they'll do.
So they just... Sorry, I'm watching this NXT. So basically, they replaced half of the show with that match from Wednesday.
They did.
Yeah. Actually, it's almost the whole... Yeah, that's basically right in the middle.
Let me guess. There's no streamers on NXT right there. Or did they show the streamers?
No, they showed the whole match.
Really?
And they go to some other guys who I don't. Oh, Big Cass, Enzo.
How you doing?
Versus the Vaudevillians.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be good.
But I just wanted to see what they put. But it looks like 3 matches. It looks like a Divas match. It looks like that match, and then the tag team match in an hour, which is good.
That's good.
About Straight wrestling, homie. No
But
promo.
here's what it is. Here's Jeff. Here we go, Jeff. It says TNA has a long history of not paying their employee on time. I wouldn't say it's a long history because
12
Jeff.
years. It's not a long history.
Well, they haven't been 12 years. They've been paying people up until about
They,
maybe the beginning of the year.
They're notorious for not paying people for the last 12 years, Joe. Where have you been?
Well, I mean, this is the first time it's come to light, though.
I know Virginia just got the internet, but it's been a long time.
Jesus.
It's been happening all the time for years, even to wrestlers.
It says the production people who have not been paid yet for the May tapings that took place, and they said that they will be paid as promised after July 15th.
What is going on?
It says the reason for the payment to be after that date is because TNA tapes another batch of TV tapings on the 22nd, and there is some fear from TNA management that if they do not pay the staff before the next TV tapings, that they won't show.
Am I having a seizure?
Yeah, me and you just read this, but I'm reading it for Jeff because he wasn't here.
But you just read it twice for Jeff, didn't you?
Kind of.
So
well,
confused.
Yeah,
two different sites. But
I thought I was having like a repeat on my CD player for a minute, Joe. But so they're not going to get paid. I mean, sounds like a company that's preparing to stiff a whole bunch.
And
of
if I'm a production worker and I see that they're not going to pay me, I'd be like, look, I want that in writing. You know?
Yeah.
They probably have contracts.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, I wonder if it's in their Why would you be stupid enough to even sign a contract and then you must be getting paid damn good money to want to sign a contract that says we're going to pay you 2 months after the work is done.
Yeah, they must be getting paid something if they're sticking around putting up with this.
Right? Well, I mean, they're not exactly making a ton of money if they're production people anyways. So, I mean,
right.
Would you be able to live if you didn't get paid
here's
for 3
my
months?
thing. They're going back to Orlando, so does the set stay up in the soundstage for 2 months, or do they make them take it down and put it up? Or?
No, they take it down. That place is used by other people. So it goes up and down every taping. It's not there permanently. But, I mean, I just put it this way, and I think I said this a second ago, is like, if you or me or Jeff went 3 months without pay, life would be pretty horrible.
I mean, granted, they're production people, but I don't think people like Keith Mitchell are doing other things as far as directing goes.
Would you be able to live if you didn't work for 3 months, Joe?
Hell no.
But
the thing is, though, you're a production crew. You're a production crew, though. So are these people going off and working for Disney or somewhere else during this 3 months?
Yeah,
and getting paid?
that's my question. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I mean, that's I'm sure a large part of their income. I mean, yeah, it's 3 days a month, so I guarantee you they're working elsewhere. But it's hard to get other regular production gigs. If you're you're saying, what do they work, like 6 days a month there? So what are you going to say? I could only work 2 weeks out of the month and they have to be opposite weeks. It's kind of tough, I guess.
I see your point on that. They have to work around the wrestling and a big like if you're working production on a Disney Channel show, they're not gonna want to bend around the wrestling show, so.
Well, they got the guy from SpongeBob right from Monday Night Raw now, so it's all good.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, they got going on for years, dude.
One
of their writers used to write SpongeBob.
Oh my God.
Sweet.
I can't stand that sponge.
And they got Freddie Prinze Jr. too.
Nah, he's gone.
Oh, he quit finally?
He quit. They got Jimmy Jacobs.
Oh. Jimmy Jacobs is probably...
I can only imagine somebody that looks like Jimmy Jacobs showing up at a WWE TV taping and sitting in a production meeting with Vince. With the pink fucking hair and shit.
Yeah.
I like to wear pink hair.
You don't even have any hair.
I have a lot of hair, White. I have an afro.
Okay.
Don't lie to the people just because the camera's not on right now.
But I think that, whatever they're going to do after this set of tapings, if they do, what if they're going to leave it as a cliffhanger, you watch. Because they're going to do it Lucha Underground style. Because I guarantee you that Ultima Lucha thing ends in a big cliffhanger like Survivor does.
Well, Lucha Underground doesn't have another aren't they in the same boat
Yeah,
as
they're in the same
TNA?
Yeah,
boat.
they
Yeah.
don't know if they're getting picked up or not, but I guarantee you El Rey's looking at the ratings and going, we better pick these guys up.
El Rey.
When will Destination America announce that fall schedule? Because
It's going to be
I'm
all wrestling, right? They're going to have like 25 hours of wrestling.
They're going to have the Rednecks doing the Gator wrestling, and then we're going to have the guys from Moonshiners get drunk and take it on in the squared circle.
Moonshiners is on Discovery or is it on Destination?
It's the same thing, pretty much.
Oh. I mean, it's third. I mean, I'd like to see New Japan, to be honest with you, more so than maybe they just do like all the wrestling is on that channel. I'd
Do
be
you?
hot.
But that fall schedule, as far as what Jeff was saying, they don't really have to. I think beginning of August.
They don't have to do
Yeah.
shit. They can just say this is our schedule. I'll do it week to week if they want. I mean,
And you watch it. Somebody will flub up in the office and leave TNA on there. And then we'll be like, all the TNA fanboys will be like, "See, I told you so. They're not
I
getting
don't think I don't
canceled."
think they're going anywhere. I think they'll be back. They'll just get paid less. That's
When
what it sounds like.
it would really be a bitch if they swapped time slots with Ring of Honor and TNA was the lead in for Ring of Honor.
Boy, this guy had his finger amputated. That's gonna make it hard for him to play football.
Are you talking about the guy with the fireworks, or?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they have his medical records of removing his fingers. Bummer.
He can
Bummer.
block. He can block, I guess.
He's a excuse me, a defensive. Ooh, oh.
Like I know what that means, Rick. I don't watch football.
He's a defensive lineman, so he actually uses.
Yeah,
his,
he needs his hands.
Isn't everybody
Yeah.
a lineman on the damn football team except the quarterback? He throws the ball and the kicker.
Isn't
Everybody else is a
everybody
lineman or an end.
Jeff? Isn't everybody a lineman?
I don't watch football.
Oh, no, they're not all.
I watch XFL. I like the XFL.
Yeah.
I turned Jeff on to the XFL the other night. Jeff was
Yeah.
like, "What is?"
Search it on the YouTube, man. You can watch full games of XFL if it makes you feel good.
And
I can't
Botchamania.
wait.
Did you watch any Botchamania the other night, Jeff?
Botchamania. Shoot yourself,
No, I didn't get to Botchamania yet.
idiots.
It's on the list.
Botchamania. Why don't you just go watch some paint dry?
Well,
Go
we
watch
were.
Watch
were-
R. Kelly pee on some girl. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Rick!
And look at Bill Cosby and his Quaaludes.
Jesus Christ, Rick!
They still make Quaaludes these days?
I don't know.
That's kind of like a 70s drug. Anyway. I apologize. What else you got for me, Joe?
The reason why we were bringing up Botchamania is because the John Cena deal, where like every move that was during that Cesaro match Monday night, you could hear it being called.
Wilson, that's on WWE for having the damn microphone so close. They see the sure as hell know how to turn down the phone. They can't turn down John Cena's stupid ass.
I was gonna say the same thing. They could turn down those crowd mics when Cena comes out, and
I scratch my head and try to figure out how the hell that works. I'm like, so you've turned down 25,000 people but you can't turn down the one guy in the ring that's giving away your business? What's going on here? It's John Cena.
CM Punk's getting ripped.
Apparently, Brock Lesnar hit somebody with a car door. Nice.
The video of that is amazing.
He just threw a car door into the crowd.
The guys look like, what are those damn, Jeff, are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
The guys who were up on the hill during the damn during the pod racing. What is it? The guys that are shooting Jawas?
Yes.
They look like a bunch of Jawas raising the guns in the air during Star Wars when they race. Literally, the guy looks down at the kid and goes, "You okay? Fine. Let's take the car door and hoist it."
I don't even know if he asked him.
Star Wars. Blah. No, thing I never got. Oh, Damian Darling.
Oh God, there's a name.
Damian Darling now wears a vest with the Confederate flag to the ring every night.
Oh,
Love that guy.
there's a guy who wrestles out of North Carolina. I don't remember. Oh man,
That's
what's his
that guy
name?
who used to get the crap beaten out of him by Sonny all those times.
There's a guy named Kevin Phoenix, okay, who wrestles down in Carolina and wears a rebel flag on his thing, on his ring vest. He's a black guy too. Okay, and he
All
says
about
it before this whole thing
music.
started. He posted a picture of himself wearing the vest, and somebody who was black goes, "Is that a rebel flag on you?" With the N word after it. Is that a rebel flag on you, N word? And he goes, "I'm proud of
Yes.
my heritage. I'm proud of where I come from. I live in the South, for crying out loud." You know, so why not Damian Darling do it as well? Will it get you booked anywhere in WWE this day and age? No.
Mm.
Oh, today is Kevin Nash's birthday now,
Kevin
apparently,
Nash is a goat.
and he broke a hip.
Broke a hip getting in the ring, and Bobby Heenan's jaw fell off. So what do you think?
Rick,
Look, you invented that, not me.
you invented it.
I'm not the one that says it on every show. And
Okay,
now you've offended your friend. Now, see
probably
See,
not
what
offended.
you've
I mean,
done?
terrible.
Just because
the heat's
Bobby,
on me. I see.
just because Bobby Heenan hung up on you for being silly, it's not my fault. Told us we were unprepared
Oh, the
when you
Toby Keith
well,
thing. Yeah,
right.
we
Toby
discussed that
Keith.
earlier. Jeff just sent me a thing about Toby Keith financing GFW if they can do one thing. And me and Rick, what did you say it was, Rick?
Lesbian porn. No, I think it was get a TV deal, which
Yeah,
is not going to happen. Maybe Destination America will throw them a bone of some kind.
we got.
Oh,
Oh, I think he sent me the. Is this the? Well, that's the July 1st interview. Okay.
I don't want July
Yeah, it's the first
1st.
one.
What?
But I mean, do you think they have TV tapings scheduled at the end of this month? They have two
Yes.
sets of tapings actually. Me and you were talking about Jeff.
Yep. They're talking about
What
this
is it?
angle, this angle starting during those tapings in this
Oh,
article.
what are they? What channel are they on? Am I missing something here?
I mean, are they? It'd be a real pain in the keister for TNA if they ended up on Spike.
Well, it's not. It's not going to happen. But
I don't think Skype wants wrestling anymore.
Skype doesn't want it. Skype?
Spike.
Skype
Skype
Oh,
does
doesn't
not
want
want
wrestling.
wrestling.
No, they're not. They don't want wrestling on their stuff. We're done. We're done.
so they're not going to. They might do like one-offs, not one-offs, but what they do on Friday nights is they try to have every other Friday they'll have something different like boxing or
Oh
kickboxing.
God, oh man, they're doing another authority figure in TNA.
It's going to be me, White.
What are they doing now? The director of how to do it right
Mm. Keith Oberman was fired. Oh no.
again
Yeah.
Again?
from ESPN again.
Yeah. Jesus, they paid him $40 million. Out of their minds. I liked Oberman when he was on
Oh,
it.
and Carter's a baby face now.
I'm a
Yeah.
babyface now.
Yep.
Oh God, who do you think's the new authority figure? Who is it now? It's in
It's
the tapings, isn't it?
They didn't
it's
announce it.
it's
They
Tank
left
Abbott.
this. They left the episode with a cliffhanger.
Well, what I'm saying is the tapings have already been done. So it's
Oh yeah. I'm
did
sure
they
it's out
appear
there.
for the
I just
crowd?
don't know.
It's Tank Abbott.
Dang it.
Are you okay?
The sad part is, Drake, I would not be surprised.
And that is why I cannot be the booker of anything because I'll have authority figures that like 4 people remember. And
Oh shit,
your authority figure is
Tank Abbott.
Steve Blackman. Who? Oh, Tank Abbott. I want to know who it is. TNA spoilers, you say?
Hmm.
But then I got to tell you about this thing you got to do to a goat and go to bed. So, uh,
I'm sorry, that legitimately popped me. Tank Abbott.
Tank Abbott. I didn't even hear the other guy laugh. So
He
apparently
didn't laugh. He's not, he,
he's not
Jeff
familiar with
Jeff
this
knows
comedy.
it's kind of funny, but he totally no sold it.
Okay. All right.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I know you, Rick. I've seen you piss in pools. I'm not opening my mouth.
That's right.
Apparently,
Right.
apparently Neville injured Chris Jericho. Good for him.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Man, you're killing somebody you ain't trying. I don't
What
see
is it going to be for
the
the
spoilers
15th?
on here, homie. Where's the spoilers?
I'm researching. It's 7:15:15 is where they're. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
This is
they bring
according
up
to
Sasha
Wrestling
Banks.
Inc.
Wrestling Inc. Okay.
Kurt Angle. Oh, I'm not going to spoil it because of Jeff.
No,
Dixie
go ahead.
Carter makes
Go
a
ahead.
Cover
return as
your
a
ears, Jeff.
I'll
babyface.
cover my ears.
All right, good. Go ahead. Hurry up. Got a pancake machine at
They
my
don't say
hotel.
who it is here in this taping. Oh, okay, I know who it is. Bully Ray.
Bully Ray is back.
Oh,
You couldn't bamboozle Triple H into hiring him, so he's now back with.
it's exactly what I said on one of my shows. It's like, okay, they wouldn't hire Devon, so
I wouldn't have hired Devon anyway. Devon is by far the better wrestler of the Dudley Boys, in my opinion.
and yeah, you're right. Because remember half their matches, it was Devon wrestling, and then Bubba gets the hot tag, does the Bubba bomb, and that's it. 3D, and that's it. That
Brock
was
Lesnar really hit somebody with a car door?
he did. It was a kid
Jesus.
wearing a blue John Cena shirt.
Is this like 1980? I mean, why are we destroying cars as part of wrestling?
With axes.
Axe? Ooh,
It was good though. I liked it.
that sounds horribly dangerous. Really gave him an axe to
He
destroy
tore
a
the he
car?
tore the door completely off the car. Which if you watched it back, which I did this morning, if you watch it back, the door was already semi off the hinges. They gimmicked it.
Yes, I
course.
noticed that. As soon as he opened it, it fell.
As soon as he opened it, it sagged, and then it's like he just had to get it off there the rest of the way.
Hmm.
Then he threw it. He's like, I don't do gimmick doors. Here, kid, have this.
So did he hit him like with the hard part?
It would have
the
been.
soft part,
It
or
would
what?
have. Well, the hard part hits, and then the soft, like inner part of the door is what goes into the crowd. But still, that shit ain't light.
Oh, but like that, the soft part hit the fan.
It would have been great if he signed it and then threw it.
Apparently, Johnny Ace was the lead promoter for the Japan show. That is cool.
Well, he has history there.
And apparently, Johnny Ace was the driving force behind using streamers in the match because it gave the show a unique Japanese flavor. Johnny Ace also booked the pre-match ceremony where the women in kimonos presented flowers to both Balor and Owens. While WWE sent the production crew to Tokyo, the show was produced by
J Sports.
J Sport. And it was considered to be a major success, considering it was started at 5:30 Eastern. Look at that. See, I can pretend I'm a professional radio guy. See what I did there? Do the professional action there? See?
It's been widely speculated that what exactly the future of TNA and Global Force is going to be.
Hurry up. I got to go.
Jeff Jarrett's return to TNA on the sign, blah, 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 blah.
How many people are going to listen to this?
It's a damn invasion angle. They're not doing an invasion angle. I don't think they can do an invasion angle.
Can do whatever they
The
want.
tapings are already set up. What are they going to do? Pull a Ring of Honor and show 3 weeks of shit that doesn't matter?
Listen, it doesn't matter because GFW is not on TV and friggin' TNA is going to be off of TV.
Well,
so
see,
they'll be invading the
that's my
stuff,
feeling
like,
is that
elsewhere.
maybe those TV tapings are TNA's new season.
Nah, I wouldn't hold the old
Here's the deal. What if Bully Ray comes out at the next set of tapings and goes, you know what? As the authority figure, I've sold the company.
Good.
I got enough stockholders together and I sold the company. And Dixie comes back and the whole thing's bitten her in the ass. And all of a sudden, here's the new owner, and it's Jeff Jarrett and GFW.
I found somebody who had enough change in his couch to buy the company, and it is Bill from Walmart. Right? I don't know.
It's Tank Abbott.
Tank Abbott.
Oh, man.
Your new authority figure is Ryan Shamrock.
Right? I could stare at that every week. No, I know what it is. Live via Skype, it's Tammy Sitch.
Oh.
But you'd have to pay $4 a minute or something.
You know who she's actually a lesbian now.
She's marrying somebody. How could she be a lesbian?
She's not marrying a dude.
That's a man.
No.
It's a man.
No, go to her.
All right. She's probably Skyping right now. You want to just join her in? We can look at her. Don't you have her? I mean, what am I looking for, Joe?
Go
I thought we were
here.
going to be professional. I just made that one guy laugh with
Uh,
that. Oops. See what I did there?
Go there and look at who it says she's married to. That's her profile.
Oh, God. Joe, honestly, I don't have the ability to look at
And
that.
I'll be honest with you, the girl who she is quote unquote married to, you could drop a dime on the ass. I'll just say that.
Crap down. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not her friend.
Well, I'm not either, but you can see still who she's in a
Oh,
relationship
I
with.
am her friend, actually.
You are.
Oops.
She's
Must be.
apparently married to some chick named Nicoletta Ringwater
Isn't that like? Isn't that like Baby Doll?
or
No,
Nicoletta Ringwalker. Excuse me.
I don't know.
And
Cool. Maybe.
I am friends with this chick now. I mean,
Maybe I could. Maybe I could. Do
and I'm
their
like,
gay
why?
wedding. That'd be
I was
awesome.
gonna be saying, why ain't they skyping together? And this chick's,
Oh
oh
yeah.
my god, why this chick
Chick's
ain't on the
still
main
waiting.
roster? I don't know, cause she's got an ass you could freeze ice on. I'll just put it that way.
She's into chicks now.
Yeah,
I wonder if she's beating up her girlfriend like she was beating up her boyfriend
the
back in the day.
Nicoletta Ringwalker page, the girl who does that has her cover picture on Facebook is her
Nick.
and Tammy with Hogan.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Lesbians. So she's still doing like the $99 where she'll
Yep,
do some stuff on the gimmick.
yep.
You seem fairly confident in the pricing and the fact that she's doing that. Have you been?
Well, you go on Twitter and she's just like, "I'm taking bookings for tonight. Just email me and with pricing."
God, I wish I had one of those. I mean, I could just sit here and just
Watch
do nothing and get
Watch
paid
Rick eat. Watch
$99.
Rick eat for an hour for $99.
I mean, oh, God, I wish it. She's gonna do that hardcore gimmick too, I guess. So I heard.
Oh,
Couple
did
hundred,
she sign with Vivid?
couple 100,000. Mm-hmm. Or if it's gonna be with a chick, now that'd be intriguing. Wouldn't it be like China and friggin' green paint? Never mind.
Oh,
It's
oh,
almost goat time, White.
yeah, it is. I think. Any final words, Jeff?
Check out that video.
He's hung up because he's now been polluted by the real New Surge Live.
Oh man,
Blading for Surge.
Blading for Surge.
Blading for something.
Blading for Surge is actually a good show. This is just
Blading for Truth.
This is blading for goats.
Blading for Truth. What is it? Spreaker.com? No, that doesn't work. Spreaker doesn't do it that way.
It's
Well,
1640 PWPR.
why don't you just plug his? Because they ain't going to put this shit on there anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's going on YouTube. So where can people find you, Jeff? Go ahead.
At Blading for Truth Twitter. Spreaker.com/1640 /user/1640
What?
/ all kinds of numbers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I was going to say.
NewSurgeLive.com. The link's there.
I was going to say, I was like one of the first users at friggin' Spreaker, and I got like a whole bunch of numbers in mine too. So
Yeah.
I signed up with Spreaker years ago, and it's like, oh, Spreaker's a wonderful service.
But anyway, we're going to get off here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now,
But
folks.
don't do that, White.
Do it.
Blow a goat.
All right, blow a goat. And for Jeff Edwards is not saying a word because he does not want to be associated with that whatsoever.
I don't know. He laughed at my jokes. So
I guess for Jeff Edwards,
That could be enough. Yeah.
for Jeff, I'm Rick, and
for Tank Abbott,
you beat me to it. I was gonna say hashtag recruit Tank Abbott.
I gotta find a recent picture of him. He's gotta have like a really long white beard right now.
Hashtag go Tank go. There you
Full
go.
CZ top style.
Oh man.
Go
For
go.
Tank Abbott, Jeff Edwards, and Rick
Hey,
Hendrickson.
could somebody ask Pat if I'm allowed back on yet?
You want to be on seriously?
Yeah.
And do serious radio?
Dude, I'm playing nice, aren't I?
Yeah.
I just didn't like that one guy, and he's not around anymore.
Watch that video.
Everybody else is fairly talented.
Jeff
Except
Edwards is super talented. Edwards sounds better than me.
They're gonna have more of that girl on the Ken Reedy show, though.
What girl?
Oh, girl.
Oh, she's not even on it, I don't think, anymore.
I'll be honest. I've listened to maybe one of Ken's shows, but I know him well enough, and he's got a good enough reputation.
I think it's his girlfriend Michelle,
know that
but she's not on there
it's
anymore.
awesome, but
It's a cool bunch of folks.
it is.
Even Pat's cool,
When he's high and doing radio, drunk and doing radio.
and everything he said about me is true.
There you
So
go.
I ruined PWS for
I
everybody.
ruined the PWS gimmick. I'm gonna take the heat for that.
I
So
burnt the bridge.
why did you have blood in your match and get blood on kids in the front row? Weren't you thinking that New Jack versus Necro Butcher Sir was not a kid friendly environment?
Oh, I just got.
It sold tickets, whatever.
I just behaved well for 2 hours to get back on the network, but now I'm off again.
And
Shit.
I want to say one thing: the Dolph Ziggler angle from Monday night, did it need blood in it?
No,
I think it did.
it was a shot to the throat with a crutch.
I
I mean,
think that
come
when
on,
you have,
dude.
if they're gonna sell a larynx injury, have him cough up blood.
I need to get in bed. Hello, bed.
But anyway,
Uh, it's a good thing
oh
my
man, hashtag go tank go.